Tonight's game is produced by the IH Sports Network. No part of the audio or video from tonight's game may be redistributed or retransmitted without the express written consent of the IH Sports Network and Liberty Press Incorporated. The IH Sports Network's first commitment is to the student athletes of our community, their families, and their coaches. Find us online at ihsports.net.
The Baby J's Pizza pregame show will begin in 4 minutes. Tonight's broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. Stand by for the Baby J's Pizza pregame show in 2 minutes. We will begin in 60 seconds. We will begin in 30 seconds. We will begin in 15 seconds.
High school football is on the air. The Oneida Indians, the Scott Highlanders, with Tim Smith, Rick Keaton, and their entire broadcast teams. This is Tennessee's most complete high school football coverage.
Sponsored by United Cumberland Bank, Scenic Foods, El Rey, Ray's Axe, South Fork Physical Therapy, Lumber King, Big South Fork Medical Center, The Stand Coalition, Mark's Family Pharmacy, TNT Car Wash, and by First National Bank.
Produced by the IH Sports Network, Friday Night Football begins now.
Game number 7 of the 2022 season finds the Oneida Indians on the road for the first time in more than a month. Oneida and Rockwood have frequently been in closely contested games that carry postseason consequences for each team. Tonight will be another consequential clash. The Indians and Tigers have struggled early in the season, but both seem to be finding their way just in time to offer us another gridiron classic. One team will emerge from tonight's contest with the possibility of hosting a playoff game in round 1. The other will find themselves scrambling to avoid a first-round trip to number 1 ranked Hampton. Who will emerge as the most improved team in Week 7? We find out tonight on the IH Sports Network. Good evening. Welcome to Rockwood High School. Tonight's matchup is the Oneida Indians with a 3-3 record, 1-1 in Region 2, and the Rockwood Tigers, also 3-3. They are 0-1 in Region 2. Tim Smith with you for the play-by-play.
Mark Matthews.
And John Strunk.
And also we have Bo Kidd along with us. He's sitting in as Kevin has taken off. He is living in Yankee Town right now. He's in Boston taking in the sights up there, so he has left us to do this on our own. So if there are mistakes, you'll know what happened.
It's his fault.
It's his fault. That's Absolutely. Right. He's probably watching us like a hawk right now to see what kind of mess-ups we have here. But, guys, tonight, it's, we talk about every game being big and every game being important. But as you go along the season, they just increase in their importance. And, I think it could be argued that Oneida had their, if not their best game, at least their second-best game a week ago against a quality opponent in Northview as the Indians pull off the last-second victory with the 33-yard field goal.
Yeah, I had to battle some adversity last week and was able to come through it and come out in the second half, was really able to establish some stuff on offense, was able to throw the football pretty well and got the run game going just a little bit, and something we haven't seen in the past few weeks. So I think that was a big step coming into this huge district game here tonight.
Yeah, I think, second half of the last 2 weeks, Oneida has established itself as a pass-oriented team. They have let the passing game kind of jumpstart their offense. Unfortunately, it's been in the second half the last 2 weeks, and we need more of that in the first half of this game because we know what we're going to get from Rockwood. They are a hard-nosed, punch-you-in-the-mouth kind of team, and their coach, he'll tell you that. He wants to be hard-nosed and disciplined, and that's exactly what you're going to get in this Rockwood bunch.
Okay, so John L. said it, so he's the one to blame. Are we going to come out passing because that seems to be our strength, or are we going to kind of keep it in reserve again and see what happens? Bo's with us. What do you think, Bo?
It's interesting because you talk about that. We have still yet to run for over 100 yards for a second game this year. Last week we only had 28 carries for 62 yards, went to the air. Caden was very good through the air, 13 of 19, 216 through the air last week. And it's shown, and of course, it's very awkward for me. I was a very hard-nosed. It was always run. Let's pound it at them. We're going to run the option. We're going to pound it at them. And we know that times have changed. We understand that the game has evolved. But it's just different territory to see an Oneida team go into the air 20, 25 times a game. And, but I like to see it because we've got the athletes to do it.
Nice job. You still didn't answer my question. Are we going to the air?
I don't see why not. I mean, I really don't see why not. Yes, You've got, if you can get the run game established with Weston and with Meredith, go for it. But if you've got the opportunity to get to the air, go for it.
Yeah, but you got T.J. Meredith, which I don't believe is still 100%.
No.
And Weston is Hurst. He's a guy that played receiver coming into the season, and you've changed him to tailback. So we've just had our struggles this year. But when we went to the air, we've got a fleet of receivers. We got a cat that can throw it all over the field, and I'm saying that's what I would want to do.
What's Caden got yardage-wise? I think I saw it this week. It's over 600 for sure.
790 on the season.
790
55 of 95 for 790 yards and 5 touchdowns through the air.
In 6 games.
In 6 games.
We're going to take a break, come back and talk a little more about this. It's the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to the IHSN pregame report brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. We do want to make a note for you. You're looking at pictures right now, but once action starts, we are under a blackout here in Rockwood. There won't be game footage played tonight. We're bringing you pregame. We may uncover at halftime and show the scene and back for final, but to watch the video of this game, you will not be able to do that until it hits tomorrow on Facebook, YouTube, and your normal outlets here on the IH Sports Network. So that feels kind of weird, guys. It's 7 games in. We've had every other game with live video, but Rockwood unable to provide us the ability to do that tonight. They feel they have other contractual obligations. So you can watch the replay tomorrow. And then, of course, as usual, it'll have about a 3-day shelf life before it gets pulled down. Hopefully it'll be something good to watch. Bo, tonight, what are we going to watch as far as like injuries? Anybody back? Anybody out? What's the story?
Well, from what I could see, the only return that I saw was Colby Tyra. Of course, he had a little wrist injury earlier on I believe it was last week. Had a surgery. He's out. He's dressed tonight. Casted up. Looks like he's going to be dressed out. Everything else, it looks like we're back to where we were last week. You know, TJ's back, probably still a little bit beaten, banged up, bruised up a little bit, but looks like he's going to play tonight. So I would say, once again, just as Coach May said last week, we're probably as close to full strength as we've been all season long.
Mark mentioned Weston Hurst came in as a receiver. We saw him out at that spot a little bit last week late in the game. So, of course, Reese Kennedy's been doing a nice job as a backup running back. And I think Reese has played his way onto the field more with what he's done. One note I do want to make, Bo noted it to me before the game, and Scott Gilbert, thankfully, taking care of me. He knows I make enough mistakes without having another one take place. But tonight, Jarek Hewling, he was the player of the week last week. Normally, Jarek number 22, but tonight, Jarek is in number 31. So we'll leave a mystery on why he's number 31. It could be he's just honoring Brene Laxton and what she did in basketball. That's a famous 31 for Oneida. So I don't know. But Jarek will be in 31. So let's see how he does in it tonight. Bo, what about been a big week for fall sports, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The OHS golf teams completed their seasons earlier this week. They competed in the region tournament down in Athens, Tennessee. We had 2 young men and 1 young lady competing down there, Aaron Lee, George Klein, and Shelby Smith competing in the region tournament. Women's soccer, couple of games this week. Got a big win over in Maryville on Tuesday at William Blunt. That was a 6-1 victory for the Lady Indians. Lydia Klein, Alexia Jones, Claire Burris, Jillian Cross all got on the board in that game. I believe there was a couple others as well, but I've lost the names right there off the hand. And then, of course, last night, senior night for the Lady Indians as they hosted the Lady Highlanders from Scott High. Oneida only up 1-0 at the half, but they came out in the second half and started lighting up the scoreboard, put 5 more goals up on the board in the second half, came away with a 6-0 win. Ayla Sims back in the goal last night. Did a phenomenal job back there for the Lady Indians. 6 different Lady Indians on the scoreboard last night in that game.
All right, Coach Jason Terry is going to be in to update us on the middle school team's week at halftime tonight. Always an interesting interview, and so we'll have Coach Terry on. And, for those who listened last week, I think the biggest disappointment most people had from last week was that Ben was too lazy to take the time to do a supercut of the number of times that I called Northview Academy North Green. I'm disappointed by that. I think many other people are. So, I mean, he's still got time. We've got a bye week coming up, and I'm sure he has not much else to do. So perhaps that's coming down the road. But some people have been asking, are we playing North Green tonight?
No.
And we're not. They were asking for a friend. I question that. I'm not sure how many friends this person has.
Playing North Green with Phil Meredith.
I know this person's not really supposed to have friends, is what I'm told. But anyway, tonight is not Northview. It's not North Green. It's Rockwood. So we'll see how I do on that. We're going to take another break.
They're green.
And when we come back, we're going to update the weather situation down here in Rockwood right after this.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville. Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Welcome back to the IHSN pregame report, brought to you tonight by Baby J's. Just a quick talk about the weather tonight. You know, with the hurricane coming up through Florida and all the things going on, we didn't know what things were going to be like tonight, conditions. We were curiously sweating it out because we know that Lucas Laxton was going to be out in the elements here in Rockwood. You filmed from the top of the press box. But right now, just a few clouds. It's a very comfortable temperature as the sun begins to go down here. The field's in great condition, and everything looks good weather-wise for this tilt between the Indians and the Rockwood Tigers tonight. The field conditions aren't going to play a role.
No, we was thinking maybe get some rain tonight, but we've avoided that. Looked like earlier in the week that it was going to happen.
We do have a bit of wind.
Yeah.
It looks like it's blowing in. From, if you're looking at the field as you are now, it's blowing in from left to right is where the wind's blowing. So that could be a factor. I saw Luke Barnum warming up, and he was catching some flack from that wind on 43-yard attempts. So, yeah, he wasn't getting the 43-yarders or the 48-yarder in against this wind. But, you know, the other part about that is you go the other way, you got a little bit of help, right?
That's right. Kick it from 60.
All right, so we're going to take a break so that we can get all of our media folks in along the way on the 7 o'clock hour. When we come back, you're going to have the Roarks Pharmacy Scouting Report. Mark's got that for you. We're going to have history of this series between Oneida and Rockwood. We'll take a look back 30 years ago, that Indian 1992 state championship team. What were they doing in weeks 10 and the first week of the playoffs? All that and more to come as you listen to the IHSN pregame report, brought to you by Baby J's Pizza.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools? We got it. Paint and cleaning supplies? We got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care? We got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Welcome back to the IHSN pregame report, brought to you by Baby J's Pizza. About 30 minutes away, a little less than 30 minutes away from kickoff of tonight's contest. It's game number 7 for both the Oneida Indians, who are visiting the Rockwood Tigers, who are hosting, both teams with matching 3-3 records coming into this one. Rockwood has only played one game in the region. That game was against the Monterey Wildcats. They lost that one. We know that Monterey was a wounded animal, angry animal coming in. They lost to the York Dragons, who at this point are the only team that hasn't been beaten in the region. So tonight, Oneida and Rockwood trying to climb over each other to get better seeding for playoffs, because likely these teams will all make the playoffs. Wartburg probably going to be the odd man out. There could be surprises. There could be upsets. But Rockwood knows all too well. They started out 0-1 a year ago and won the region. So it's not over for these Tigers. They control their destiny in lots of ways here as they get set for this one tonight. Mark?
Well, you're right. They're coming off of a big win against Harriman. And then the week before that, they lost 28-14 to Monterey, and that was a tough loss for this Rockwood team. Turned the football over several times and had their chances, just couldn't overcome that. And tonight is huge for both of these football teams. Like you said before, you're looking at the loser of this is looking at Hampton straight in the face up at their place, probably.
Probably has no shot of a home playoff game if you lose this one.
I believe so. And what we're looking at tonight, against Rockwood, this series started back in the 60s. 1969, to be exact, was the first matchup between Oneida and Rockwood. It was played every decade except the 80s, guys. So tonight will be game number 915 of Oneida football. This is the 88th year of said Oneida football. And the Indians have 586 wins, 316 losses, 12 ties. Of course, Oneida is 3-3 after a win last week over Northview Academy, and I said it at the end of the game last week. 3-3 is much better than 2-4. So big win last week by Oneida. Found a way to win. Indians are 57-27 in Week 7 games, and that again amazes me. The last few weeks has been a tremendous advantage for Oneida in the weeks 5, 6, and 7 games. Oneida will be in the 19th meeting all time, as we said, against Rockwood. Oneida has 9 wins and 9 losses, so tonight will be a tiebreaker in the series against Rockwood. The Indians have won the first meeting in 1969. We alluded to that, 14-7. And the one thing that you guys had hit on is Oneida is trying to stave off a three consecutive wins by Rockwood, which they could get tonight, and that's never happened before. Oneida has won 3 in a row back in the 90s, 93, 4, and 5, but Rockwood, they're trying to do the same again tonight. Jimmy May, in the second year as head coach of the Oneida Indians, his overall head coaching record is 12-7. As Tim said earlier, Rockwood has won the region last year and is currently 0-1 after they lost to Monterey. Oneida 1-1 in region play. Wartburg, they played all the region games, right? So we're playing for seeding as it stands right now is York, Monterey, Oneida, and Rockwood. So our in the playoffs is Oneida.
Yeah, and the thing about if you're new to Rockwood, I mean, if you're, we talked to some of the players of the week and asked them who a rival was for Oneida. And, traditionally, Oneida folks, back in other eras, they thought Huntsville. There was a time, and then in other eras, it's been Coalfield's the answer for a lot of people. Sometimes there's been times when people say Greenback from time to time. But the first time I ever heard someone say Rockwood was this year with one of the members of this team. And he felt like Rockwood's the team that he feels like is a rival. That's a respectful term that he put on the Tigers there, and they deserve respect. This is a team that you dread getting behind against a Coach John Webb team. If you get behind, now you're possibilities of winning this game have been cut in half.
Yeah,
because they're very good at possessing the football and just keeping you out of the game.
Always a big physical football, run-oriented football. That's what they like to do. They'll throw a little bit of pass in there, Bo, but it's most of the time it's going to be run.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Coach Webb, he's no stranger to this program. This is his 27th year in Rockwood. So, he's definitely had his fair share of victories down here, and he knows what the environment is like down here. And if you can get a lead, if you're Rockwood, 9 times out of 10, you're pretty much in the driver's seat, as the game progresses on, unless you can find an answer for them quick.
And by the way, Rockwood won that game against Harriman last week here at home, and they confirmed in the middle of this week they had an interception return of 109 yards that tied the state record for an interception return. I believe it was Hannibal that returned that for Rockwood last week from the end zone and returned it 109 yards, tying a state record. So we talk a lot about their offense. But Coach Webb can play some defense too, and he does both pretty well.
And going back to your comment about being a rivalry, in order to be a rivalry, it has to be competitive, right? The last 10 meetings, and we said 9-9 coming into the night all time. The last 10 meetings going back to 2008, 5-5. So it's been very competitive in these matchups, very close games in these matchups. Last year being an outlier a little bit, but very competitive, very hard-nosed. Same kind of football for the most part these two teams have played. Now, we hit on it earlier. Oneida seems to be more pass-oriented this year. Rockwood, we know what they're going to line up and try to mash on you, guarantee it. That's how they're going to probably establish themselves.
But again, the thought I had earlier, Oneida is pass-oriented. Do they believe it and believe it from the beginning? I'm curious to see the answer to that question tonight. But, another question I'm curious to have the answer to is a more in-depth scouting report on the Rockwood Tigers. Now, I'm not the man to do that. John, you're not. Bo, you're not. But the man to do that is standing right here. And he's been entrusted by Roark's Pharmacy to bring you that scouting report, and that's just what he's going to do. Mark Matthews, up next on the IHSN pregame report, brought to you by Baby J's Pizza.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida. First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit T&T Car Wash in Oneida. T&T Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. T&T's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? T&T also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, T&T Car Wash, Oneida.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit T&T Car Wash in Oneida. T&T Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. T&T's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? T&T also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, T&T Car Wash, Oneida.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville. Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliance. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved, we try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know. They know your name. So I'll use First National Bank.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Big South Fork Medical Center. Our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to the IHSM pregame report, brought to you by Baby J's. Did you miss us? We had just a little bit of technical issue. Took us a little bit longer than usual, but we have arrived at the time for the scouting report. It's the Roarks Pharmacy Scouting Report. Roarks Pharmacy is shaped by the unique community we serve. Mark, you have the scouting report.
Yeah, the Rockwood Tigers, they're 3-3 on the year. Head football coach John Webb, he's 176, 127 overall. He's been here for 27 seasons, actually 29 seasons, I believe. Was an assistant a couple of years before that, before he became the 3 seasons before he became the head football coach here. On the year, they played Oliver Springs, won that one 42-9. Sweetwater, 30 was second game of the season, 35-0 loss. At Cloudland, 36-6 win. At Kingston, 24-15 loss. Everybody knows what I think Kingston's 5-1 on the year, pretty good football team. Monterey, 28-14 loss, and then last week against Harriman was a 47-0 win. Last game versus Rockwood, which was last season, we lost 24-13. Had some big plays that went against us early in that football game that we got down. So wanting to try to come back from that loss last year. Their average points a game is 26. The opponent's average is 17 on the season. Offensively, you're going to see them come out in multiple offensive sets, double wing, offset eye, shotgun spread one back. Short yardage situations, you'll see them overload their line and have 3 backs line up right behind their line on the right or left side. They like the power running game, good play action out of this offense. When they're in the double wing, they run a lot of play action and try to confuse you. But usually you can follow the pullers to where the football's going, either the pulling guard or tackle. You'll find where the football's going. They'll get in the single wing. On defense, base 50 defense, I seen them in a 3-3 stack against Harriman, which was more of a spread-out team. They like to spread you out, so they got in a 3-3 stack. They're able to do that. They got a really good front 7. Their defensive linemen and linebackers are really good, and they're good against the run. So you would suspect Oneida's going to try to throw the football a little bit on them. Monterey was able to use play action and throw the football pretty well against them, guys, and that's where they was able to get the football down the field and was able to win that game. This bunch likes to run a sweep. They like to get on the edge because they've got some speed, and they like to get on that edge, and we've got to play sound defense on the edge, and our defensive end's going to have, as we always say, going to have a big night. They have 4 turnovers and a block punt versus Harriman. So that kind of tells you what kind of defense this Rockwood team has. So we've got our work cut out for us. This is a big ball game for both teams, and hopefully we can get a win.
All right, that is the Roarks Pharmacy Scouting Report. Roarks Pharmacy, shaped by the unique community we serve. Terry and Marianne, and Terry got the last laugh Saturday, although he paid for it in agony in watching the final few minutes. So that's your pregame report, and we will continue. John L. is going to take us back 30 years because he was there on the IHSM pregame report, brought to you by Baby J's Pizza.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved. We try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it. And daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's. Country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Rockwood. It's the IHSM pregame report brought to you by Baby J's, and it's time now for John Strunk to share with us about 1992, that state championship team that was 8-1, but they had a hurdle that they had tripped over 2 years in a row, John. Game number 10.
Yeah, and that hurdle, the final game of the season, of the regular season, in the late 80s or in the 80s, early 90s, that was the game, you know. That was the game that usually the district championship came down to. That was Cofield, and it would be no different in 1992. As you said, Tim, Cofield had won this game 2 years in a row, and I think both of those went into overtime. So it, as always, highly contested football game when Cofield and Oneida engage, and this one was more of the same, really, on the scoreboard, but Oneida sort of got its way this night, and Cofield would only run for 23 offensive plays, and they were limited to 53 total offensive yards. The Indians, of course, pounding the football, 57 of 60 snaps, and then also threw out a very good defense. And they were able to secure Doug Pike's 14th score of the season, a 2-point conversion pass from Seals to Owens, gave Oneida an 8-0 lead going in to the half. Scott Owens would score his 9th TD of the season, and Oneida would win 14-0 on this night. Oneida had, like we said, ended the 2-year winning streak of Cofield, and then also they put themselves in a much better position going into the playoffs. The Yellow Jackets would go on the road to face top 5 ranked Cloudland, and at that time they had a Mr. Football nominee, Tim Clips, as some folks may remember, and so that put the wheels in motion for what would be a game number 1 of the playoffs for Oneida, being at home. Oneida completed a regular season at 9-1. They also won the district championship and was moving on to game 1 of the playoffs. And that game would find them against
Yes.
Against who, Tim?
I get to say it again this week. The North Green Huskies.
And you've made mention of it here in the write-up, and you put this together. You do this every week, and you do a great job. The little fact here is this was North Green's first playoff game in their history. So they would not fare so well as it stands. They finished the season, did North Green 3-6. And, of course, Oneida had its way this night. The opening score was a 43-yard touchdown pass from Pennington to Mark Martin. And then they shut the passing game down. That's all they needed.
Yeah.
I lived that as a receiver for Oneida in the late 80s. But anyway, the Indian offense would pave the way, like I said, 10 yards a carry. They also benefited from 2 rushing touchdowns by Doug Pike, 2 from Stan Pennington, and 2 from Jay Seals. Phil Meredith added another long one of 59 yards, and Aaron Terry a 44-yard one. And then that would set up Gabe Vaught, who had 54 for North Green, had 54 of the 74 yards on 1 scoring play. And then Mark Martin has an interception as well as a TD reception, as we mentioned. That was his earlier. The Indians roll in the first round and on into the second round with a 55-7 victory. And there you go. Oneida on its way in the first round of the playoffs at this point.
All right, look back to 1992 and a state championship. Now, next week, we won't be looking back because next week we don't have a game. Oneida's got the bye week next week, and then the Indians 2 weeks from tonight will have their final road game of the year, but how important that road game's going to be with region opponent Monterey's Wildcats. To my knowledge, Oneida hasn't played at Monterey.
Don't believe so.
Think so. I think it's the first trip down to next to Interstate 40 to face off against the Wildcats. Now, folks, you've been watching pictures from the pregame. You see that flashing light? These Tigers have an impressive lighting system here at their stadium, and you see it right now. Pretty soon you won't see pictures. When we come back from our commercial break, live video will go dark. We'll have just a slide up on the screen thanking our sponsors. We'll have an audio broadcast. We're going to continue. You can hear us, but, most people probably turn the sound down and watch the video. That won't work tonight. You're just going to have to trust us and listen to us because there's no live video from Rockwood tonight. There will be live audio when we return. We'll come back. We'll have some pictures at halftime. We'll have pictures in postgame, but for the game action, it is a blackout here in Rockwood tonight, and we will respect that. So when we come back, you'll have the slide, but we'll be right here, and we'll do our best to bring you the mental pictures of what takes place. Big game, the Oneida Indians, the Rockwood Tigers, and it's all coming up next.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. The coin toss taking place right now between the Oneida Indians and the Rockwood Tigers, as we're less than a minute from the commencement of this game. And Oneida won the toss. Rockwood won the toss, and Oneida defers to the second half.
The first coin toss we've lost all season.
Rockwood defers to the second half.
Yes.
Oneida gets the football. Boy, it's a rough start. I'm going to clean this up, folks. The Rockwood Tigers are here in their home green uniforms with white numerals trimmed in gold. They've got gold pants with a green and gold stripe down the right side. The helmets are gold with a green and white stripe down the middle. On the side, the green R emblazoned with a white circle, kind of like Oneida used to have that old oval flat O. They've got an R in their helmet, if you recall that. The Oneida Indians on the road here tonight are in their white jerseys with orange numerals. They've got the orange pants with the white stripe down to a checkerboard finish at the bottom. They've got the white helmets with the orange stripes, the orange O emblazoned with the spear, as Rockwood will kick off left to right as you view your dial. And we get set for the beginning of this one here tonight between the Oneida Indians and the Rockwood Tigers. Rockwood sits fourth in the region tonight. Oneida is third as we get set. The kickoff from Rockwood will be coming from Hayden McLean. It's a high end-over-ending kick fielded by Landon Lindbergh. Backing up 15 to the 13, now back out to the 15 to the 20. Runs into some traffic, including his own white jerseys and some green jerseys. And Landon's going to be brought down. Levi James is on the return. He's brought down at the 22-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians. For Oneida, the starters up front will be Isaac Martin, Aiden May, Jaden Birchfield, Caden Terry, John Selby, and Cameron Kidd. Receivers, Colton Darty and Landon Lindbergh. Tate West among the mix. And it's going to be in the shotgun, Caden Rector to his right, Weston Hurst. 1st and 10 Oneida at their own 22. Moving right to left near hash mark. Caden brings the slot man in motion. Here's the snap prior to him getting there. He hands it off to Weston Hurst over the right side. Big running room down across the 25. Ball's on the ground. Pops out up at the 28-yard line. And the Rockwood Tigers signaling that they have it. And the officials are agreeing. It's a turnover on Oneida's first possession. And the Rockwood Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at the Oneida 29-yard line. So one play on the ground, looking promising with the running, but Oneida turns it over. And now the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. The quarterback will be Landon Watts. His receivers are Alex Norton, Gerald Hannibal, Dryston Turner, and Hayden Hicks. He's working from the shotgun. In motion, and now pitch slot man, works right to left, gets across the 25, surges down inside to the 26-7, and that's where he's going to be, and then down to the 25 to the 23, and then to the 22. That's where he's going to be stopped. Actually, it's looking closer to the 21. It's about a 9-yard carry for Dryston Turner out of the right slot position. It's 2nd and 1. Rockwood, after that early turnover, they're at the Oneida 21-yard line. Same set. 2 receivers right. Wing back right is Turner. Receiver off to the left. Here's the snap. Wing back left. Gets the handoff. Sweeping over the right side. Cuts it up. Lowers his head. Drives for a first down. Dakota Waldo on the carry. Takes it down just outside the 15. And it will be a fresh set of downs for Coach Webb and his Rockwood Tigers here.
Fast and furious is the action. Looking for Mark to jump in there, but just brutal turnover for Oneida to start the game, and just got to bow up on defense and try to keep some points off the board early.
Watts under center. What Oneida calls a cowboy package, gives to Turner, and he goes from right wing back across left tackle, down inside the 15, down near the 13 of Oneida.
Mark, you called it in your setup of Rockwood. They're very multiple on offense, and they'll run a lot of things at you, and they'll find something that hurts you really bad, and they'll stay with it.
Watts with a fullback behind him. That's Hannibal. Takes the snap, fakes to Hannibal. Now sweeping off to the right, cutting up Waldo. 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown. Dakota Waldo puts Rockwood on the board with an early 6, capitalizing on the Oneida turnover.
And you're going to see Waldo getting the football a lot. He's had 3 consecutive in excess of 100 yards in each of the last 3 games. So you're going to see old number 1 carrying the football a lot.
So now the extra point attempt, Dryston Turner will hold. The kick is on the way from Hayden McLean, and this kick is good. We'll take a break. As we tell you the score here in the first quarter, it is the Rockwood Tigers 7, the Oneida Indians 0.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Welcome back to Rockwood. They didn't wait on us. They just kicked it off. Tate West picked it up, takes it out to the 26. You see the score, or you can hear the score as I tell you. It's Rockwood 7 and Oneida 0, and we are just into this one, 9:46. Oneida had one play. They fumbled the football, and now they have their second play of the night. It's T.J. Meredith to the right of Caden Rector. Here's the snap. Rector rolling to his right, picks up a block, fires ahead. It's going to be complete at the 38 to the 40 to the 45, 50, out to the 45 to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jarek Hewling. So not a one fumble and one long touchdown pass as Jarek Hewling, last week's player of the game, wearing 31 tonight, takes it to the end zone.
What do we need to do, Mark?
Throw the dang football.
Caden Rector will hold, and Luke Barna will try to tie this one up. How many yards on that one, Bo?
74 yards on the pass.
All right, you throw it in as you need it. We don't have to ask you. You just do it. Here's the extra point attempt from Barna. It's on the way, and it is good. Timeout on the field. We take the break. Your score, newly tied. It is the Oneida Indians 7, the Rockwood Tigers 7.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Rockwood, where we just had something special, Bo.
Longest play of the season for the Indians, a 74-yard pass there from Caden Rector to Jarek Hewling in the 31.
In the 31. Jarek sporting the new number tonight, and it pays off. So now Luke Barna will kick off right to left, as both sets of fans have had ups and downs already, and there's still 9:28 to play in the first quarter. Barna making his way to the football. Here's a high end-over-ending kick, driven back to about the 7. And this is going to be Watts at the 10, at the 15, at the 20, at the 25. He's out to the 30, knocks a man away. The ball is knocked out of his possession, out of bounds, and then a flag comes in late behind the play.
He wasn't trying to hit the man on the ground. He was trying to get to the ball that was bouncing around. But we're going to get a late hit right here.
Wow. It's going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. And there is a discussion here between the officials. And I don't know if this official that threw the flag saw the ball pop out, but it is a dead ball personal foul against the Indians. So you just got to deal with that and move on. It'll move Rockwood up to their own 45-yard line. And in a tie game, 7-7, the Tigers will have their second possession. They just it's going to the 46. They're just as good a field position as they were the first time.
Horrible call.
Landon Watts, the quarterback. He will be under center. He'll have a wing back to the right, a split backfield behind him, and a receiver to the right. And now we have a whistle just prior to the snap and a flag on the far sideline. This is going to be against the Indian coaching staff, possibly.
Right in front of Coach May.
It was. It's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Oneida. And I think it's against the sideline. So that'll take it across the 50. So I said they're not going to have great field position. Now they are.
Not going to mess around with us, are they?
30 yards of penalties for Oneida following the big play. And now Rockwood takes over at the Oneida 39-yard line. It is a split backfield. Wing back to the right is Dryston Turner. Hannibal and Waldo in the backfield. Split to the right, Hayden Hicks. The quarterback is Landon Watts. He will be under center on the near hash mark as Rockwood moves left to right. Now, folks, if you're watching the video playback and you're thinking, why is it giving me all this information? I'll remind you that the folks live at home don't have video. Overkill on TV down. Here goes Turner in motion. Snap, fakes the pitch. It's Hannibal through the middle. He's to the 30, he's to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. And Turner gets into the end zone for the touchdown. That will be a 39-yard touchdown run, and Rockwood regains the lead as it's big play after big play. 2 big penalties against the Indians, but you know what, guys? That wouldn't have been a touchdown because the Indians were able to track him down right at the goal line, but still a huge chunk of yardage for Rockwood as neither defense seems to be getting it done right now. Here's the snap. Turner holds. The kick is up and good from Hayden McLean. We'll take a break yet again here in this first quarter. Rockwood has scored for the second time. 9:08 to play in the first. It's Rockwood 14, Oneida 7.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back to Rockwood. Folks, we have played 2 minutes and 52 seconds of football. Well, the players have. We have observed that much, and we have seen 3 touchdowns, 2 15-yard penalties, and a turnover for Oneida. Big plays a-popping tonight as Hayden McLean will kick left to right, his 3rd kickoff of this first 3 minutes of the game. McLean. A high end-over-ending kick. Levi James circles under it. He's got it at the 13, up to the 15, to the 20. Finds a room at the 25. Now at the 30-yard line, going to be drugged down out of bounds. But Levi James found a little spot up the left sideline and gets Oneida a 1st and 10 at their own 31. Just going to settle in and be normal.
Pretty good starting field position here. Let's not. We're going to have to be able to score some points to keep up because it looks like within 1 or 2 plays, they're going to score every time so far. So we better keep it up on offense too.
TJ Meredith, the running back. Caden Rector in the shotgun. Pair of receivers tight to each side. A very tight set from the near, moving right to left, snapping from their own 31. Here it is. Rector takes the snap, rolls right, fires it out. It's going to be complete to Lindbergh, up to the 40, to the 45, 50, 45, 40. He's going to be taken down as the ball comes loose but out of bounds. He goes out at the 34-yard line, and that's a First National Bank first down. Caden Rector to Landon Lindbergh.
Just another rollout design for the quarterback. Get him out of the pocket, Mark, keeping him clean, and he just made a strike, and there was a decleating block down the field by somebody, and I didn't get a number, and it made the way, and we're 1st and 10 on one play. We're inside Rockwood territory threatening already.
So now at the 34-yard line.
Are we in the twilight zone?
Indians on the far hash mark, 3 receivers to the near side. That's the wide side. Rector in the shotgun, running back to his left, takes the snap on 1st and 10, rolling to his left. Now firing deep down the left side, looking for Jarek Hewling. It's caught. He's into the end zone, and the Indians have answered again with a touchdown pass to Jarek Hewling. It's all through the air tonight for Oneida so far.
4 plays.
2 touchdowns.
One running play, fumble. Other 3 has been completed passes.
3 for 3, 143 yards for Rector on the night.
What did he have last week?
212.
And he's at 140 in the first quarter.
The first 3 in
less than 4 minutes in. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick to tie it is on the way. This kick is good. And once again, we have timeout on the field with your score. It's Oneida 14 and Rockwood 14.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in touch-free car wash technology. TNT's touchless automatic wash bays are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash, including a wheel brush option. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior, both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash, Oneida.
Welcome back to Rockwood, First National Bank, bringing you an exciting game here tonight. We are not 4 minutes into the contest. It's been big plays after big play. 8:19 to play in the first quarter. Jarrett Hewling has 2 touchdown receptions, and Oneida and Rockwood are tied at 14. The Indians turned it over once. They had a couple of penalties on the last kickoff. Here's Barna going to try to put them on their side of the 50 for the first time tonight. End over ender, and it's going to be fielded by Dryston Turner at the 3. He's up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, stutters to the 20, to the 25-yard line. Turner stiff arms a man, 35, driving at the 40, out to the 42. What a return by the big back Dryston Turner, Mark. That was a nice kickoff return.
It certainly was. He got, and you could see he was kind of slow walking it up to about the 15, and he's seen a little lane, and boy, like he was shot out of a gun.
Clock's still running.
Yep. They stopped it there.
We're going to have to leave sometime tonight, Bo.
That's what it is. They're just trying to make this manageable. Here we go. The third possession for the Rockwood Tigers. They got the first one off of an Oneida turnover. This is a split backfield, wing back right. That wing back goes in motion to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Now the pitch out. This is going to be Dakota Waldo looking for room to cut it up at the 45. He gets to the 50, driven out of bounds on the Oneida side of the 50 near the 49 of the Indians. So that is going to be close to a 9-yard gain on first down for Dakota Waldo, sweeping off to the left. It'll be 2nd and 1 Rockwood, now at the Oneida 49.
Just been very easy for them on offense against our defense so far tonight, Mark.
It certainly has. They get on that edge. They've got some speed out there, and they're doing a good job at the point of attack across the line of scrimmage. They're getting hat on hat and doing a good job of moving us.
2nd down and 1. Hannibal, the fullback, a wing back to either side. Indians call this cowboy package in the day. Now it's going to be Waldo sweeping off to the right, picking a lane to cut up. He's got a flag behind him. Maybe that's a hold. We'll see. Usually it's in that kind of an area, although the Indians kind of grabbed high on him, and the way it's been tonight, it could be a caller. Let's see. The flag is down at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, John Selby made that play, and John Selby got mugged before he made the play, and I think that's going to be the call.
It's a hold. Now, those kind of penalties on the Rockwood attack are a little bit more severe than it is on what Oneida has done tonight, right?
Oh, I don't know. With the way they're running the football, it hadn't made a whole lot of difference.
Well, it's 2nd and about 11 from their own 41 for the Tigers. They need the Oneida 48.
Yeah, they've been getting 8, 9, 10 yards every time they run it.
13 yards of play right now.
There you go.
Hannibal and Waldo split in the backfield. Turner, wing back right, goes in motion to the left, wide side of the field. They fake the pitch. They give to Hannibal, spinning. The fullback drives forward for 1, maybe 2 yards up to the 43. And it will be a 3rd and long for the Rockwood Tigers. We're approaching the halfway point of the first quarter, tied at 14.
A little inside draw that they hit us for on the touchdown, the drive before. Oneida a little bit better on that one, no gain. Really, maybe one or two on the game, but a little bit more prepared on that.
Yeah, Caleb Harness, big old Hoss Harness, got in there and made a play.
So here's a big 3rd down for the Tigers.
Absolutely.
From their own 43-yard line, and now Landon Watts in the shotgun, trips right, maybe moved a little early. Watts fires across the middle. It's complete to Turner. Oneida trying to drag him down, and they do keep him short of the line to gain. On 3rd down, Rockwood will push it up to their 47-yard line, but they are going to be at a 4th down and 5, and Coach John Webb, usually not the type to gamble in a situation like this, and it looks like he will not as he sends in the punting team for the first punt of the game tonight. Rockwood snapping from their 47, but you know one thing they might try. We've seen Oneida susceptible to the hard count, and I'm sure Rockwood's well aware of that.
And check out the up back, the one right behind the snapper.
That's Jaden Hannibal.
Flexing off the ball, too. That way we don't do that.
Here's the snap, and the punter gets it away, and Oneida is going to back up, field it, high-handing it. Now at the 11-yard line, and Levi James ripped down. The ball was in that arm that he was tackled with, and I'm glad to see he held on to possession of it, and a saving of a big return there as James is brought down back at the 13, it would appear, where Oneida's going to take over for their 4th possession of the game. The first one was a fumble. The next 2 were touchdown passes. What will the fourth possession hold with 5:09 to play in this first quarter? We looked into the most points scored by these teams. John L. will have that after this snap. Maybe. It's going to be T.J. Meredith to the right of Caden Rector. 3 receivers right. That's the wide side of the field. Oneida traveling right to left. 1 receiver to this side. Running back shifts to the left. Rector on 1st and 10 from the 13. Takes the snap. On the ground, it's going to be Meredith finding some running room. Stumbles off to his left. Is able to stretch it across the 15 out to the 16-yard line. 3-yard gain, and it will be 2nd down and 7.
Mark, as he came around that right offensive side, he stuck his foot in the ground and kind of slipped, but it looked like he had a seam right down the center of the field if he could have got his feet under him.
Yeah, they looked like they had a pretty good hole opened up for him over there, and he just tried to cut back, and his feet came out from under.
Looked like the same play they started the game with on the fumble.
Now from the shotgun on 2nd down and closer to 6. Meredith to the left of Rector. 1 receiver right. 2 to the left. Rector takes the snap, looking to throw. Fires. Quick hitch on the right side. Complete up across the 20-yard line and stopped right about there at the 20, close, maybe the 21. Let's see the spot here. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. So that goes for a gain of right at 4. John, what was that, the high scores for these teams?
It looked like 3 years ago in 2019, Oneida won a 32-27 game against Rockwood.
So that was the most points Oneida scored on Rockwood?
It is. It's the most points that's been scored by either team in this rivalry.
32. Oneida with a 3rd down and 2. And here's encroachment from the Tigers. Will it be movement from Oneida that caused it would be the question. If not, they're going to move this football forward, and it's going to be a First National Bank 1st down on penalty. So Oneida gets a fresh set of downs as we have the first penalty against Rockwood, and the Indians have it at their own 25.
That motion by Oneida, they sent two backs or in motion from right to left, and the left side defensive end jumped with that motion, and we'll take the 1st down and keep going here.
Inside 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. And from the shotgun, Rector, 2 receivers left, wide side of the field, 1 receiver to the right. Looks like a blitzer on the right side, and now Oneida goes in motion. And
they jumped again.
Did Rockwood get into the neutral zone? You're right, John. Who was they were showing a corner blitz from that left side, whether he's going to do it or not. He got into the neutral zone, Mark.
Yeah, we came in motion right there, and as soon as he moved, that corner jumped offside. So
5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Indians at their own 30. So both teams with 2 penalties.
Could probably get them here again. They're going on motion instead of looking down the line at the football. We could probably get them on a hard count right here with a 1st down.
Oneida has 3, my mistake. Or Rockwood has 3, my mistake. They had that holding penalty. Tight end shifts right to left. Wide side of the field, 2 receivers over there. Now the handoff and the sweep off to the left, and at the 35-yard line, forward across the 40-yard line, and First National Bank 1st down yardage for T.J. Meredith up to the 42-yard line for an Indian 1st down. T.J. looking a little bit more like his spirits are lifted here in this second week.
Very explosive through the line of scrimmage right there. Good blocking up front, John.
They had 8 guys at the line of scrimmage, did Rockwood, and they guessed wrong as they were coming off the offensive right side. We went offensive left and was able to get a good play.
Oneida from their own 42. Tight set. Pair of receivers to either side. Near hash mark. Moving right to left. Meredith, the running back. Here's the snap, and here's Rector rolling right. Firing out. Too tall for Landon Limburg. And John L. sees a free-running Colton Darty way down the field. But it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Landon was wide open, too. I mean, he had 2 receivers with nobody around him.
I think Rockwood was geared up to stop a run game tonight, guys. They haven't made the adjustments they need to make to stop the passing yet.
They seem confused a little bit in that defensive backfield.
Stops the clock with 2:08 first quarter. And Oneida now with a 2nd and 10 from their 42.
I'm hoping the coaches upstairs seen that play and put it in the back of their minds for later on, because we had somebody way behind the defense.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Running back to the left of Rector. Now in motion, Jarrett Hewling from slot left to the right. Snap, handoff. Weston Hurst trying to get around Hannibal. He won't do it. Jaden Hannibal penetrates the backfield, and a big tackle for loss for Gerald Hannibal. Make that 5'7", 240. and Weston was not going to escape his clutches. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 13. Oneida back at their 39. They have to have the Rockwood 48 for a first down.
They're blitzing on every play now. They're sending guys in different gaps, and they guessed right on that one where we guessed right earlier with the Meredith off left. We ran right into their little gut blitz.
So here's a 3rd and 13. Oneida needs the 48 of Rockwood. They'll snap it from their 38, and here in the shotgun, Coach Webb takes a timeout. He saw something defensively he did not like for his team, and so we'll take the same. Timeout on the field, your score with 1:18 to play first quarter. It's Oneida 14, Rockwood 14.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Welcome back to Rockwood. Bo, you got anything that's standing out you want to throw in for us here?
The fact that we're just a little over 10 minutes into this game and we've already got 250 yards of offense between the two teams right now is just remarkable.
And that it's Oneida and Rockwood is even more head-scratching.
Yeah, nine plays for 167 yards right now for the Indians, 8 plays, 83 yards for Rockwood. Both teams, Rockwood averaging 10.5 a play, the Indians averaging just over 18.5 yards a play.
Out of a Rockwood timeout, it's 3rd and 13. Oneida from their own 39-yard line. Rector in the shotgun, 5 wide, 3 left, 2 right. Rector drops back, has time, going deep down the right sideline. Man popping open just over his outstretched hand. The Indians can't make the connection. If they had, it would have been 6. But in this case, it's going to be the first punt for the Oneida Indians tonight.
And who was it that was open down the sideline? Jarek Hewling again.
He may never wear anything but 31. I don't know.
And they did that against a too-deep safety look on defense. Wow.
Reese Kennedy stands at his 27-yard line set to punt it. Dryston Turner dropping back deep. Here's the snap. Kennedy gets the punt away. Turner is not near it. It's on the right sideline. It's going to bounce and stay in bounds and roll all the way down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line as Reese Kennedy does a nice job of flipping the field for the Indians.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds, but it hit on about the 28-yard line and stayed in bounds, kept bounding down there and got in inside the 20.
You know, Mark, I made the comment earlier, are we in a twilight zone? You would think Rockwood and Oneida would be a bunch of defense, low-scoring stuff, right? Not so much.
Yeah, running by both teams, but that's not been the case so far, just the one.
44-yard punt there by Reese Kennedy.
58 seconds to play in the first quarter. Rockwood in a tie game under center, Landon Watts. Split backfield, fakes the pitch, this is going to be Dakota Waldo, kind of off right tackle, more toward the guard side. It gets it up to the 20-yard line for a gain of about, we'll call it 3. And it will be 2nd down and 7. Probably one more play if it's on the ground, and Rockwood likely will keep it there in this tie game. First quarter is about to come to an end. If you're just joining us, no live video tonight. We will be back with video at halftime and post-game, but live action video, you'll have to watch the replay tomorrow. Here is 2nd down and 7. Turner goes in motion, spins and hands it off to Hannibal.
Bang.
Hannibal's hit in the backfield, but still he's able to drive forward through a couple of Oneida tackles across the 25 to the 26, and he will set up a 3rd down and a 1, and that's where it will be when we return as we are going to the end of the first quarter. An action-packed first quarter. All the scoring happened in the first 4 minutes. What happened in this last 8? All right, we'll be back for the second quarter as we tell you the score after 1. It's Oneida 14, Rockwood 14.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back. We are at Rockwood High School, and it is the second quarter underway. Rockwood with a 3rd down and 1. Ball just across the 25. It's at the 26-yard line. Rockwood now moving right to left here in this second quarter and taking the snap and giving to Hannibal, asking him to pick up a yard, and he does. Gerald Hannibal pushes the pile out across the 30 to the 31 as the big back picks up a 1st down for the Rockwood Tigers. And it will be the Indians and the Tigers tied at 14 here in this second quarter. It was big plays in the passing game for Oneida. Oneida turned it over. Rockwood capitalized for their first touchdown. But now it is the Tigers trying to move it on the ground, chewing up time. In the shotgun here is Landon Watts with a running back to either side. Movement. Hannibal kind of leaned. You're right. Now they give it to Turner. Widening the arm, trying to cut back left. And Oneida nearly got a hand in there. Peyton Smart tried to rip that football out. Wasn't able to do it. But it is going to be Dryston Turner Waldo for a carry of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They've got several movement penalties that have not been called to this point, in the backfield especially. And would love to see those, the flags drop and Oneida get the benefit of that.
2nd down and 8 now from the 34-yard line for Rockwood. From the shotgun, Watts. He has Hannibal to his right, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, and taking the snap. He's looking to throw. Watts rolling out to his right. He is roped, and he fires for the sideline in the grasp, but it'll be across the line of scrimmage. I guess you could stretch the definition, say a receiver was in the area because Oneida had several receivers standing on the sideline where that pass fell. But it is 3rd down and 8.
I don't know if the same rules apply, but it was outside of the tackle box too.
Yeah.
You got to have a receiver over there, right? In high school?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're getting confirmation you do. So it's 3rd down and 8, but it was a smart play to get rid of it. So because he wasn't going anywhere. So now Rockwood needs their own 41-yard line on a 3rd down and 8. Watts in the shotgun, Hannibal to his left, 3 receivers near side, all to the short side of the field. Now Watts pumps. Now he's going deep. Down the side. Ball's in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Flag comes in late. Tate West, and now Coach John Webb in the official's ear. A hat is down. Did he step out? And what is the call here? It's down at the 30.
It looked like
he called it a catch.
Yeah, he was standing on the line when he caught it.
Okay. Well, Oneida lost him, and he stopped, and he made a good catch. They call it. He did drop it following that. Now a huddling discussion. It's going to put it down inside the Oneida 30. They're going to wave off the flag here, and it will be a 1st and 10 for Rockwood.
Wow. The coach went up and was having a discussion with the official who threw the flag, and the official was shaking his head to the coach, and I guess that he agreed.
Yeah.
Wow.
But his hat was off. So is that?
It may have been the situation as we've seen in the Tennessee game a couple weeks ago
where
he was forced out and then came back in and reestablished himself.
Turner to the right of Watts, Hannibal to the left. Here's the snap, and it's going to be Turner through the left side. Indians will slow him, but he's going to vault forward to the 20. Once again, John, it does seem like Hannibal got a little bit of a quick start before the snap to lead in the hole there. That's going to be a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Mark, are you seeing that too?
Yeah, he's moving. He looks like he's moving just a hair early.
So from the 20-yard line for Rockwood, Oneida's 20. In a 14-14 game, it'll be 2nd down and 1.
But that doesn't matter if they don't call it.
Right. Watts will be under center. Wing back left Waldo, wing back right, Turner. And here's the snap. Here's the give. Hannibal needed a yard. He got it. Spins out of a tackle. Gets down to the 15-yard line before being brought to the ground. So it'll be Gerald Hannibal gets a 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
How do you spell Hannibal's last name? A-L-O-A-D? Is that it? Because that's what he is. He's a load. My goodness.
Yeah, we had him wrapped up back at the line of scrimmage, and he just plowed on through it, spun a little bit.
240.
He is. Don't they always have that back? Don't they always have that big bruising back?
Well, they've had him the last 3 years, I know.
Packed into 5'7".
Yeah.
He's a senior, 240 pounds. He's split out now in the slot right side. Here's Watts from the shotgun on 1st and 10 to 15. High snap, deep in the backfield, takes a roll, and now it's going to be Waldo picking it up, reversing field, and Oneida going to try to bring him down at the 35, 34-yard line, and they do. Waldo thought about trying to make something out of it, but and we've seen this for Oneida, Mark. We've had some trouble with the snaps this year, but this time it happens to Rockwood, and they lose a lot of yardage on this 1st down.
Well, that's huge for the Indian defense. We was on our heels, John, and big play like that. That's what we needed.
Yeah, last time we had them in a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and long right now, but 3rd and long, we lost track of a receiver. It's an underthrown ball. The underthrown ball always goes to the receiver as far as having the advantage, and they were able to keep the drive alive. We just need to bow up right here and keep them out of the end zone for sure.
They need the 5 for a 1st down. They snap from the 33 of Oneida from the shotgun. Watts dropping back, looking left. He pumps, slant. It's going to be a flag pattern. Now Watts rolls out left, and now he's just going to fire it low and incomplete, trying to skip it to Dryston Turner down there on the comeback as he was coming back, trying to help his quarterback. And Turner is unable to get back and make that catch. And he and Levi James are discussing something there, Mark. Levi, he likes to have discussions, doesn't he?
Well, he's fiery now. He likes to talk it. That's for sure.
How James, he's just a sophomore, and we've talked about this as the season's progressed. Man, we just watched that kid grow up, right before our eyes from game 1 to now.
It's 3rd down, 29. Snapping from the Oneida 34. They got to have the 5 for a 1st down. Trips right. Watts in the shotgun. Hannibal to his right. The wide side of the field's where the trips are. Here's the snap. Quick screen out to Turner. He's hit as the ball is delivered, and Turner is going to be tackled.
Who by?
He pitched it to Dakota Waldo, but the whistles had blown. Selby is there.
Yeah, and
to
also
clean up.
Levi James.
Yep. It's going to be a loss of yardage back to the 41. Rockwood had a 1st and 10 at the Oneida 15. A bad snap does them in, and now the Tigers are showing punt with Dryston Turner. He stands at his 50-yard line. They'll snap it from the Oneida 36.
This is a deep drop by the punter. Very odd.
Stands at his own at the 49 now. Takes the snap, and Turner gets the punt away. Oneida's going to let it sail across. It bounces into the end zone, thankfully for the Indians. It was a nice try by Turner. He did put it right down there on the 2, but it hit and carried into the end zone, so Oneida will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 7:21 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Just a quick reset, Bo. Things have settled in here. Both teams have scored 2 touchdowns, but Oneida will take over.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, Oneida now 10 plays for 167 yards in the contest. Rockwood has ran 19 offensive plays for 130. Rockwood's held the ball for 10 minutes, 42 seconds in the 1st half.
Rockwood doubling the snaps almost of the Oneida Indians. But here's Oneida to try to get their snap count up. From the shotgun, it is Caden Rector. Brings man in motion from right to left. It's Lindbergh. He fakes to him, and he gives to the running back at the 20 to the 25 to the 30 to the 35-yard line, out to the 37. It's going to be a First National First Bank for T.J. Meredith on the carry, out to the 37-yard line, a 17-yard gain.
Just that burst, man. He's just got a burst in there, and he gets through the line so quick.
He's about to convince me that that's what was wrong with the Oneida running game. I mean, I'm serious. T.J., what a job.
Well, when you throw it over the defense a couple of times early, it softens things up in the middle.
All right, so from the 37, Oneida will snap it 1st and 10 from the shotgun. Rector. One receiver right, 2 to the left. And now a little motion. Tight end shifts right to left. Oneida moving left to right as you view your dial there on the far hash mark. Early motion against the Indians here is going to cost them 5 yards. as we got a false start of 5 yards, and that will move it and make it a first down and 15 with 6:33 to go. We've seen that in this first quarter, but that's the first time we've seen it called.
Yeah, there was some confusion about the snap count there. I noticed that Caden and the centers talking back and forth, Birchfield there, and I don't know what it was, but
snap it from the 32. Oneida needs their own 47 for a first down. Now, Rockwood gets the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. And Oneida with 6 minutes to go in his first half in a tie game with the football on a 1st and 15. In motion, this is going to be Hewling from left to right. And now Rector rolls right, looking for running room. Rector's going to be wrapped up at the 29-yard line and dropped for a loss of 3. So it's going to be a 2nd and 18.
And that's what they do is they'll bring them ends up hard. When you start rolling out on them like that, they're going to bring them ends up real hard upfield and make him make that decision to step back up in the pocket where there was pressure.
So
haven't seen anything in the way of a screen game yet. Of course, we haven't ran that many offensive plays, but we know Coach May likes to put a couple of plays in a game and out of the screen set or a screen play. We may see something like that here on second, about 16, 17.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Rector making an adjustment with 4 seconds on the play clock. Rector eyes it, and here as they come set, Rockwood gets into the neutral zone. Will this be against the Tigers? That would be helpful on second down and about 17, and it will be against Hannibal and the Tigers, and that will make a 2nd and 17. Second down, or 2nd and 18, a 2nd and 13. So that helps. Pushes the ball up to the 34, and the Indians were close down on the play clock. That play looked a little bit doomed because of that. Now they've got the time. 5 minutes to go first half on 2nd and 13. Rector. Oh, he brings a couple of guys in motion. They're getting set, and Coach May's got to burn a timeout to keep him from getting a penalty. We'll take the same. As we take the break, 4:58 to play first half. Your score, Oneida 14, Rockwood 14.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Welcome back to Rockwood, the Oneida Indians and the Rockwood Tigers. In the first 4 minutes of game time, it was 14-14, and it still is. And now there's 4:58 to play here in the second quarter, and Oneida comes out of a timeout with a 2nd down and 13 from their own 34. Rockwood slated to get the ball to start the second half. Indians trying to get on the board again here from the shotgun. Rector takes the snap, rolling to his left. Good protection. He stops. He goes deep down the left side, and it's going to be intercepted as Hurt tried to come back to it, but it's Rockwood's Hayden Hicks who gets under it and gets the interception. Hayden Hicks, that's a freshman for the Tigers, who comes up with the 2nd turnover of the football tonight, and the Tigers will take over at their own 40.
Threw it off his back foot. Rector went over there. He was rolling to his left, and he came set. He just didn't get enough on it. Threw it off his back foot. The ball lofted, and the defender had a chance to make a play on it. If he gets it out in front, it may. We had the receiver behind the defender, but just not enough air under it.
So now Landon Watts takes back over. Last turnover, they cashed in a touchdown. Let's see what happens on this drive. Watts under center, split backfield, hands it off Hannibal through the left side. Hannibal bumping like a pinball off of bumpers, and the ball comes out. It looks like Rockwood gets back on it at about the 50-yard line. So for Hannibal, it will be a hard-fought 9.6 yards.
And he's a little dinged up, Tim.
Yeah, he is. Hannibal kind of a slight hip-hop coming off. They're going to push it back to a full yard. It'll be 2nd and 1. So the big fullback comes off. He's upright. He's off under his own power, and he's trying to sort it out here on the sideline. Big part of what they do on both sides of the football Gerald Hannibal.
4 minutes and ticking to halftime. Oneida does not lead to let them score here because they get the ball to start the second half. This is a big drive.
Landon Watts with a wing back to either side and a new fullback takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback who surges forward for a first down, and that is Brody Webb, who picks up the first for Rockwood as he inserts himself in the lineup over Hannibal and pushes it over to the Oneida 47, where it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Hannibal up on the trainer's table. They're checking on, looks like his left
ankle.
Yeah. Putting some tape on, like they did Ray Porter. Send him back in there. If you missed the Ray Porter interview Monday night, please do yourself a favor. Go back and check out the round table, the legend from Monday night. Here, 1st and 10, Rockwood at the 47-yard line. And here's going to be the snap, faking the pitch, handing off Dakota Waldo. Looked like a lot there for a moment. The Indians were able to slow him and seal it and stop it for about 4. But it looked like it was going to go for much bigger yardage. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers as they push it up to the 42, just outside the 42-yard line of Oneida, inside 3 minutes to play in the first half.
Almost looked like he had a little green grass to the outside there, and he decided to cut it back in, and Indians able to bring him down.
So now a 2nd down and 6. Tigers break the huddle. Tied at 14. Landon Watts will be under center. Split backfield behind him. Wing back left, that's Dryston Turner. Receiver split off the left. Here's the pitch. Off to the left wide side of the field, and it's going to be lowering his head, driving forward to the 40, down to the 39 of Oneida, and shy of first down yardage, but a good run here by, that's Dakota Waldo on the carry. He'll be a yard shy. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 as the clock will be inside 2 minutes at the next snap. It's at the Oneida 38 in a 14-14 game for Rockwood.
John Selby getting out there to make the stop, had some help, but pretty good game by Rockwood.
Watts under center, tight set, 2 receivers to either side. Single setback is Brody Webb. Now they give it. It's going to be Waldo sweeping right, cuts it up off right tackle across the 35, vaults down to the 30-yard line as his legs are hit. He picks up a first down for the Rockwood Tigers at the Oneida 30. Now with 1:40 and ticking, Rockwood has 2 timeouts. Oneida likewise, 2 timeouts in this 14-14 game, and the first quarter quickly ticking away. At the 30-yard line, Rockwood with a 1st and 10. This is going to be under center for the quarterback Watts, a wing back to either side. Fullback is Webb. Wide out, split right, faking, rolling right, looking to pass deep down the middle. His man's wide open. Waldo makes the catch at the 6, at the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Rockwood. The hookup down the middle to Dakota Waldo on a blown coverage, and the Rockwood Tigers take a 20-14 lead.
Yeah, just lost him there, and I'm not sure if Waldo came from the backfield or if he was right there on the tight end side of the field or lined up as tight end, but we absolutely lost him. He was behind everybody in the middle of the field.
Hayden McLean will attempt the extra point. Here's the hold. The kick from McLean is on the way, and this kick is good. Timeout on the field. We take the break with your score. It's Rockwood 21, Oneida 14.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliances. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
Welcome back to Rockwood, the Oneida Indians and the Rockwood Tigers. It is 21-14. Rockwood just got the lead, and there is 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So the Rockwood faithful and fans are asking, did we leave them too much time? This is enough time to score twice for each team. They were so lightning quick in the first half, but I think Rockwood's going to be fully prepared for a passing game from Oneida this round. The Indians have 2 timeouts, and let's see how far they have to go as Rockwood will kick it off with Hayden McLean kicking right to left, and Oneida Pair of deep return men standing at about their own 15-yard line. McLean, boot to the football, high, end over ender, fielded by Oneida at the 18 to the 20, to the 25, Landon Lindbergh out at the 30, out to the 35-yard line, and the clock will stop with 1:05 remaining in the first half. The Indians down 7, and they're 65 yards away from pay dirt. 2 timeouts, and Rector will lead his team out. So Rockwood has come up with a fumble and come up with an interception for Oneida and capitalize on touchdowns both times on the Oneida turnovers. And now Rector will be in the shotgun with a running back to his left, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Daugherty, Lindbergh out here along with Hewling. Here's the snap. Rector rolling right, stopping, firing. It's going to be complete out to the 50, to the 45-yard line, still on his feet, down inside the Rockwood 40. It's going to be a First National Bank first down for the Indians. On the reception, Landon Lindbergh comes up a little bit gimpy. He's getting back to the line. Now Oneida, 3 receivers off to the left, Daugherty to the right, and Rector from the shotgun from the 40. Low snap, Rector looks, fires to Daugherty at the sideline, makes a move, takes it up the sideline, knocked out of bounds as he gets to the 21, 22-yard line. 38 seconds remain. Oneida still with 2 timeouts. And here this Indians passing game has gotten them from their own 35 down to the Rockwood, what are they spotting it, 29. With still 38 seconds on the clock, Oneida's on the ball. From the shotgun, Rector. 3 receivers left, wide side of the field. Rockwood comes offside, and it's going to be 5 more yards for the Indians here as the Tigers get in the neutral zone. The ball will go to the 24. 1st and 5, Oneida at the 24 of Rockwood. Somehow that took seconds off the clock. Oh, I know it's not you. Yeah, it's kept up here. Now timeout is asked for by Rockwood. We'll take the same with 37.9 seconds remaining. We take the break. Your score, Rockwood 21, Oneida 14.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's, country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Rockwood. 1st and 5 for the Indians. They're at the Rockwood 24-yard line. Rockwood has 1 timeout remaining. Oneida has 2. And the Indians down 21-14 here in the closing moments. Oneida hasn't scored since the first 4 minutes of the game. And now it's going to be Rector from the shotgun. Near hash mark, moving left to right. Wide side of the field to the left. 3 receivers over there. Rector takes the snap. He's rolling to his left. Picks up a block. Speed rolls out to that side. Stops, fires ahead. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to find Tate West down inside the 10. And it's just a little bit behind him. And again, that's a hard throw. Rolling to your left for a right-handed quarterback. He still almost got it in there.
Yeah, he had a rush from the outside. Pretty good pickup over there by T.J. Meredith. And to get that defensive end and give Rector a chance, just threw it a little bit high.
But that is that wide side of the field, so Oneida trying to take advantage of that. Now Colton Daugherty, lone wide out to the right. Meredith to the left of Rector on 2nd and 5. 3 receivers left, wide side. Rector takes the snap, hands it off to T.J. Meredith. Meredith
Bang.
Across the 25 down to the 23, 22, and a timeout will be requested by the Indians. 23.9 seconds remain. And, Mark, I'm going to keep it right here. The Indians will be at the 23. They try to catch Rockwood sleeping on the run here. The Tigers take them down. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for Oneida. You figure with 23.9 seconds and 2 timeouts, 2 plays left? Maybe 3?
Yeah, I would think so. About 3 plays left.
This would be a 30 or a 40-yard attempt for a field goal here with the wind behind you.
Two timeouts left. Yeah.
Who called that? Well, it was earlier. The wind was blowing this way earlier. Right now it's pretty still. But, yeah, two timeouts left, or 1 timeout left, Mark.
Or, okay. So it's tough. It's tough to throw it. It's tough to throw it in the middle of the field right here.
You got to remember the clock will stop for them to reset the sticks, but
don't have two plays.
It didn't on the.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know, but
yeah, it didn't on the one. You can't rely on that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're looking at 3 plays probably max.
Max, I agree. Here from the shotgun, it is 3rd and 4. You only get 2 if you don't get a first down, by the way. And it's Rector from the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap, Rector lobs it out there. It's going to be juggled and dropped. Lindbergh tried to get control of it and could not catch it. And now you've got 1 play if you don't get the first down. Still got the timeout in your pocket. 18 seconds on the clock. And the Indians will have a 4th down and 4 here. And they're gonna go for the field goal. Going for the 3 here is Oneida. Luke Barna kicked a 33-yarder to win it last week. This is a 40-yarder from the right hash mark. The wind actually blowing left to right just a bit as Rockwood's going to burn their final timeout. Just a slight breeze left to right. We'll keep it here. So Barna hits the big 33 a week ago. The key, though, we've seen Oneida's protection of the kick break down times this year, and I'm sure Rockwood's seen that too. What do we have to do to prevent that?
It's got to be. It starts with the snap. It starts with the snap. It's got to be a good snap, and if you have the good snap, as soon as that ball gets there, you can already go ahead and start your motion. That's got to be the first key. If you can get the snap down and get that hold down, you should be okay. But the big thing is going to be making sure you seal off those inside gaps immediately.
And I've been impressed with Rector. He's our quarterback, and we've got a left-footed kicker. He's a right-handed quarterback. He's got to field left-handed and get a good snap down. So he's done a good job all year long. But what I'm wondering, Rockwood's taking their last time out. Do we come out and try to go for this coming out of the timeout since they burned their last one?
If we are, Luke Barna is going to be a receiver.
He's toting the tee back out.
Yeah. So it's going to be the right hash mark. The 30-yard line, that makes it a 40-yard attempt. Rector will hold. Barna will step up to the tee with his left toe. 3 steps back for Luke, and now 2 small steps to the right, and we're set for this 40-yard attempt from left to right. Here is the snap, the hold, the kick from Barna, high enough, long enough. This kick is good for Luke Barna, and the Indians get on the board, get something out of this last drive before the half on a 40-yard field goal from Luke Barna, whose weaponry ability for the Oneida offense increasing week by week. We won't know for 2 more quarters and 12 seconds how important that kick was, but right now it makes this a 4-point game.
Important to get those points right before half. I mean, they're going to get the ball back to start the second half, and that was big to answer.
So we'll have halftime coming up, and Bo's going to break down all the scoring, the statistics. Coach Jason Terry's coming up to tell us about the Oneida Middle School effort this week, and we'll discuss some more things at halftime here. But first, there are 12 seconds left, and Rockwood has some very capable athletes dropping back in Landon Watts, Dryston Turner, and Dakota Waldo as they stretch out across the 10-yard line. Luke Barna will kick it left to right from the 40-yard line here in a 4-point game, 21-17 with 12 seconds. Barna, he puts a low liner, skipping back. Turner is going to field it at the 12 to the 15, out to the 20. He's to the 25-yard line. Daugherty latches on to him, and Dryston Turner is going to be taken down at about the 37-yard line. There are 3.3 seconds remaining on the first half clock, and then we will achieve halftime. The first 4 minutes of this game saw each team strike for 2 touchdowns. And then we had a long wait. Rockwood found the end zone off an Oneida interception and took a 21-14 lead. The Indians are able to go from their 35-yard line down to attempt a 40-yard field goal from Luke Barna to cut it to 4. That's where we are, and it appears Landon Watts is going to take a knee and go to the locker room with the lead at the half, and that indeed is what will happen here. We go to halftime. We'll take the break and be back with your halftime updates here from Rockwood. The score at halftime, the homestanding Rockwood Tigers 21, the Oneida Indians 17.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to halftime here in Rockwood. The Oneida Indians trail the Rockwood Tigers 21-17, and Bo Kidd's going to give us a look at this game. But I was just thinking, Bo, John, as we sit here, Oneida, I mean, every game has been kind of anybody's game for most of the way in these games. Is there something? I mean, I know we were way down against York at halftime, and it looked like it was York's game, but Oneida made it look like it could be their game in the second half and had chances.
4 points away from being 5-1 tonight, right? 4 points. You lose by a game by 3, and you lose a game by 1. So, and you're 3-3 sitting here at Rockwood tonight. But you could easily be 5-1. To your point, a lot of close games this year that Oneida has played. Very competitive.
So 21-14 at the half. Now we're blacking out the action. You are back with some live video here watching the bands perform at half. You can hear them in the background. But, Bo, you've got the important details and statistics from this first half that sees Oneida trailing 21-17.
We'll start off with the scoring summary as Rockwood got on the scoreboard first after a Oneida turnover. It was Dakota Waldo taking it in from 13 yards out, capping off a 4-play, 29-yard drive. Just took a minute 32 off the clock. The extra point from McLean was good, and Rockwood led 7-0. But hold on, Oneida responds, and in a hurry. One play, it was Caden Rector finding Jarek Hewling streaking down the field for 74 yards. The PAT from Barna was good, and all of a sudden we are tied up at 7 apiece with 7:28 to go. Rockwood would then answer themselves. After two 15-yard penalties for the Indians, it was Gerald Hannibal.
Hey, you bailed me out.
It's hard. It's hard.
North Green all last week. I at least got this.
Gerald Hannibal, 39 yards.
But I called him Jaden half the night, so, I mean, I messed that one up too.
Gerald Hannibal with 39-yard rushing touchdown. McLean's PAT was good, and all of a sudden Rockwood was back up 14-7. But then the Indians come back out and go to the air once again. Rector would find a streaking Jarek Hewling once again, this time from 34 yards out. The PAT from Barna was good, and we ended the first quarter tied up at 14. Rockwood would punch one in late in the second quarter with a minute 12 to go. It was Landon Watts finding Waldo for the 30-yard completion on the touchdown. McLean's PAT was good, and it was 21-14 Rockwood, but Luke Barno, with 13 seconds left to go in the first half, would drill a 40-yard field goal to cut the lead down to 21-17 at the half in favor of Rockwood. Take a look at Rockwood's first half stats.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
We do want to get a break before we do that. Bo, you're the man. I should just turn it over to you right now.
No.
Kevin, we miss you. Hope you're listening. You're missing a good one, too.
I ain't got no text yet about what we've done wrong to this point.
That? Yeah, he'll compile it all and submit a report.
We'll get an email.
All right, we'll take another break, and then Bo will have some statistics, individual statistics for you. As we'll tell you the halftime score, it's the Rockwood Tigers 21, and the Oneida Indians 17.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. We are very fortunate to share the press box with a fine group of guys here tonight. Been very kind, very good to us. And the Rockwood crowd very appreciative of the Oneida band. Some folks standing up and standing ovation. It's a competitive game. Some of our players feel like this is a rivalry, but it's always a good, clean rivalry. Both teams get better out of this one. And both fan bases, I think, certainly respect the other and what they bring to the game. And that respect is well earned. Individually, a lot of these players to be respected for their efforts tonight, Bo.
No doubt about that. But before that, just wanted to add, though, because the band, you do see them on there, they earned a win at the Clinch River competition this past week, earned first place in single A and a combined A-double-A group. So congratulations to the Pride of the Tribe.
Coach Jonathan Elliott. Do you call him that, Coach Elliott?
Director Elliott, whatever you want to call him, he's done a fantastic job with this band.
He has, absolutely.
Let's take a look with Rockwood in the first half. 11 first downs on the night. They've carried the ball 20 times for 120 yards. They are 4 of 6 through the air for 70 yards, 26 plays of offense for 190 yards on the night. They have held the ball for 14 minutes and 29 seconds in the first half, led by Gerald Hannibal. 6 carries, 66 yards on the night with a score. Dakota Waldo has 9 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. Dryston Turner also has 3 carries for 20 yards. Landon Watts, 4 of 6, once again through the air, 70 yards and a touchdown. Dakota Waldo has 2 catches there for 68 yards and a score. Dryston Turner has 2 catches for 2 yards. Leading tacklers for Rockwood is Hannibal. He's got 3 on the night with a half a sack and a tackle and a half for loss. Jaden Gilbert also has 2 tackles, a half sack, and a half tackle for loss. For the Indians, they have 8 first downs in the first half, 7 carries, 35 yards. They are 6 of 11 through the air for 183 yards, 18 plays, 218 yards of offense in the first half tonight on just 9 minutes and 31 seconds of time of possession. TJ Meredith leading the way on the ground, 4 carries, 34 yards on the night. Weston Hurst has 2 carries for 4 yards. Rector, once again, 6 of 11 for 183 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception. Landon Limburg has 3 catches for 64 yards. Jarek Hewling has 2 catches, 108 yards, and 2 scores. Colton Darty also has a catch for 11 yards. Leading the way tackling for the Indians is Elijah Phillips. He's got 6 total tackles on the night. Caleb Harness, Levi James, Peyton Smart, all with 4 tackles as well.
All right, big night for these Oneida Indians. When we come back, we're going to discuss some region standings. I want to talk a little bit about Monday night's roundtable, past and present, and more as we take this break from Rockwood, telling you the halftime score. It's the Rockwood Tigers 21, the Oneida Indians 17.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliances. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. Check that out. The Rockwood Majorettes playing with fire down there. They're not joking around here. The Rockwood Tiger Band playing at halftime. Mark, John, I want to talk just a minute about we're over halfway through the season, and we've had several incidents of the El Rey Roundtable on Monday nights. Neither one of you all have been there, but I know you've seen some of it, and we'd love to have you anytime if you could make it. But to me, one of the greatest things in this season has been the legends of the game. I've enjoyed no segments more. And so tomorrow, Tennessee's on a bye. And I would recommend, folks, you can go back and rewatch these legends of the game. It started with Bill Hall, who's a legend for both schools. We have Mike Swain and Harris Keaton coming in and sharing their stories. Then we went to one a week. We had Stan Pennington, really hard to get Stan to talk, but we were able to do that. Then we had Jeff Buttram, one of the more entertaining storytellers I've ever heard. Jeff did that. And then last week we had Ray Porter. I mean, we've run the gamut. It seems like it's gotten better every week. It's great things. Do you all have a particular favorite of the things that you've heard?
Yeah, that's what I want to do, is hurt somebody's feelings.
Not a favorite person, just a story that stands out that maybe people should go back and listen to. You don't have to tell the whole story, just you need to go listen to this story.
Give me the damn ball.
I remember that one from Monday night. That was one.
That was Coach Beeler.
That was Coach Jack Beeler.
That Ray Porter was talking about, and he was talking about said, "Can you not let anybody touch you?" What's
the
wrong?
Coach.
Yeah. The coach was telling Ray that.
Why are you letting people?
Why?
Get
Well,
a
there's
hand
11.
on you?
Yeah, there's 11 of them out there, Coach. And that's when he said it. And he gave Coach Beeler the ball, and they kicked it to him, and he caught it and run it back, and nobody touched him. Nobody touched him. So that was one of my favorite.
Yeah, that's a great and I mean, Mike Swain, some of the folks that he brought up, and some of the things that he remembered, and then I mean, really,
Jeff Buttram
he's always been a master class storyteller.
Oh,
he can build the drama. He could be telling you about what he had for lunch, and you would be waiting for Jeff's next word.
Absolutely.
It's been great. So I'm looking forward to Monday night. We'll have another legend, and then, it's hard. How do you follow Ray Porter?
It's tough.
It's tough. I mean, we got our work cut out for it. We're not, we don't reveal who the legends are going to be. We just know that we have our work cut out for us. Oneida's not Monday. We've got Scott High legend Monday night. So a week from Monday, we're going to have to come up with something good. I think we got a chance at it, but
pretty good shot.
Make sure you join us for some of these, and then of course there's more that goes on the Players of the Week. That's been in the soccer player. Go ahead.
Here's what I'm wondering is how come John L. hadn't said a word about anything this whole segment.
He hasn't watched any of them.
That's right.
That's what your bye-week Saturday assignment is.
What are you saying? Why are you saying that?
I'm just saying you haven't watched.
How do you know I haven't watched?
Because you told us on the way down here.
Yes.
I haven't seen that.
I told you that I hadn't seen the one from Monday night yet. It's been a busy week, and I would like to watch that this weekend.
None of us have been busy. No. We've just been sitting out twiddling thumbs.
I've watched as many as the times that I've gotten invited to be there.
Oh.
Well, you're right about that.
You're invited Monday night.
Monday night you can be there. Monday night.
The week that I'm out of town, he invites me.
Okay.
That was
by the way,
point. That was by design.
So Monday 6 to 8, El Rey. This is an evolving thing. If you've got ideas, and if you got an idea for a legend you'd like to hear,
it's a fantastic thing actually, and it spreads the spotlight out to not only the players of the past and gives them an opportunity to step up. I mean, these are the folks that are leaders in our community now, but it also shines brightly on not only the football player. We do football,
sure.
but you guys do basketball as well, but not only, I mean, the soccer, bringing the kids in from the soccer. 2 very successful ladies soccer programs. Absolutely. Finally getting some spotlight. So all these things are fantastic for our community, both Scott High and Oneida. Keep doing it. It's a great thing.
And you didn't think that it could get any better after Bill Hall. I was sitting there and I was thinking, man, I wish I had another hour to listen to, all the stories and all the stuff that Bill had.
Right. So and I'm going to take a break. So what I just heard was Jeff Buttram greater than Bill Hall.
Jeff Buttram was a lineman. What can you say?
Maybe Bill asked for an appearance to try to.
Yeah, well,
try to top what he did.
Bill can have another shot.
All right, we got 2 quarters coming up. Oneida and Rockwood. I mean, this shapes up to be a great second half. Mistakes were made in that first half. Mistakes were capitalized upon. Mistakes will be magnified in the second half, but both teams right in this thing. A major region battle continues when we come back to Rockwood. Halftime, Rockwood 21, Oneida 17.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved. We try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
Scenic about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
Welcome back to Rockwood, and for those of you just joining us, you may have watched some video at halftime with us, as you did, but now we are back to blackout conditions for the live action that's about to take place here in the second half. We will have a tape delay replay coming up tomorrow. You can watch for that in your usual outlets, ihsports.net. YouTube and Facebook will be available for this Oneida Rockwood matchup tomorrow, and based off the first half of action, there's plenty to watch in that one, and I would expect the second half is going to be very similar here tonight between these two teams. So if you're making a halftime adjustment, John, I'm gonna start with you.
Okay.
You're Rockwood. What's your halftime adjustment here? You're leading 21-17. What are you going to do?
You know, we've been fine except for giving up the big play in the passing game. We're just going to have to shore it up, and we're going to drop two deep safeties, and we're going to stop the run, and we're just going to keep them from. We're going to prevent anything. We have a lead, and we're going to prevent them from hitting on the big play.
Can you stop the run if you drop both safeties deep?
You know,
is that the roll of dice?
I think we can.
You think you can?
Yeah.
You, the Rockwood Tigers.
Yes.
All right, Mark, the Oneida Indians. You can. One word.
One word?
Pass. No, really. Halftime. What are you thinking coming out?
Well, I'm coming out throwing the dang ball. I'm spreading the field out and I'm throwing it. And that's, we moved it up and down the field. You got to find it, and they're going to adjust to some of that stuff. But I think that's where they're susceptible, is on the back end of their defense. Their front seven, front eight is really good, and that's where they have been susceptible all year long. So I say you've got to keep, but you can't throw it 60 yards downfield every time. You've got to them short chunks and get it out here on the sideline to your and get it in these playmakers' hands and let them do what they do.
Take what they give you, right?
Yeah,
Mark?
exactly.
By the way, Luke Barna, 2 for his last 2, a game winner last week, a big field goal to get us closer tonight. His dad not able to be here tonight. He's been on the sidelines.
Yes.
He's called into action because of the hurricane down in Florida. And so Jimmy is not able to be here. He's listening to this game. And so we want to say hey to Jimmy, wish him well. And, boy, Luke struck that ball nicely and helped us out a lot.
What kind of confidence builder is that for the rest of the season? The game winner last week. That was huge in my mind for him going out the rest of the season, and I think that lends into him stepping up and just stroking it. I mean, that was a power kick right down the middle earlier for a 40-yarder.
So the third quarter will get underway. A trio of return men for Rockwood standing around the 10 as Luke Barna will kick left to right as you view your dial, making his way to the football, striking it in over ending toward the left side, backing up and fielding it at about the 2 to the 5 to the 10, 15, 20. 25-yard line. This is going to be Watts spinning out of trouble to the 45, to the 50, into Oneida territory. Landon Watts, the quarterback. Now, you see how he runs, and I don't think he's run at all tonight. He's just run the team. taking snaps, but look at the danger that Landon Watts presents running on the ground. It's a 58-yard return for Landon Watts, setting up a 1st and 10 for Rockwood at the Oneida 41.
And you may see some more of that because the Indians has had a tough time stopping running quarterbacks so far this year, John, and you're probably going to see some of that this half.
They really have, and we never struck on it, but this first half or this first drive in the third quarter, big for both teams, but Rockwood gets the advantage starting on a short field.
4-point lead, snap, Watts hands it off left side. This is going to be up to the 37 to the 36-yard line on the carry for the Tigers. Dryston Turner picks up about 5 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
I'll tell you what, they had 2 assigned to Elijah Phillips. 2 of their offensive linemen went out there and was blocking Elijah. So they know that Elijah's the biggest threat on our defensive side.
But if you got 2 there, somebody's got to be open to make that tackle.
Rockwood at the Oneida 30. It was a 6-yard gain for Turner. Now a 2nd down and 4. Under center, Watts brings Turner in motion. Split backfield back there. Fakes the pitch. Hands to Hannibal back in the action. Bumps off a couple of would-be tacklers. Now he's on the rumble to the 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Gerald Hannibal. He bumped off a couple of guys on the right side. Found running off tackle on the left side and gets a touchdown for the Rockwood Tigers, and now a 10-point lead. 27-17 is the score.
We may have had a little bit of Olay there, too.
Did they tape his ankles or put jetpacks on? I mean, my goodness. But he did. He got up in the middle and just bounced off guys.
Turner to hold and Hayden McLean to attempt the extra point. The kick from McLean is on the way, and this kick is good. It's an 11-point lead for the Rockwood Tigers. Striking first, we take the break. Your score, Rockwood 28, Oneida 17.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Welcome back to Rockwood. The Tigers, how many plays was that, Bo?
1.
2. 2 for 41 yards, and that took Hannibal over 100 yards. He's got 7 carries now on the night for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Gerald Hannibal back in the end zone, and Oneida down double digits now. It's an 11-point lead for the Tigers, who had that possession right out of the break. Now they'll kick it off right to left, and it's going to be a knuckler. Bounces at the 30, fielded by Oneida, and Tate West picking up a couple of blockers up the right sideline. He's across the 35-yard line, and he'll set Oneida up with a 1st and 10 for their first possession of this second half. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line for the Indians. Moving left to right here in this third quarter. 28-17 to score.
We've been rolling our quarterback to the wide side of the field, having a little bit more success when the ball is on the left side hash, giving him the right side of the field to roll to, than him rolling to his left.
Wide side is his left as Oneida moves left to right. Rector brings Weston Hurst set to his left. That wide side of the field. Now here's the snap. Rector is rolling that way. Does have pretty good protection. Fires across the middle. It's complete. Tate West makes the catch up at the 47. Pushes up to the 49. It's going to be a First National Bank first down there. Mark, you talked about the intermediary passing, and you're rewarded.
Yeah, and he threw it right on the money to Tate West, which he was in a crowded field right there. There was 3 defenders around him. Tate bringing in a good ball right there. Great pass, great catch.
Know when he was going to take contact.
Yes.
Rector took a brutal hit, and they were celebrating that, but the thing is, Oneida's going to move the sticks and move up the field.
Now at their own 49-yard line, the Indians with a 1st and 10 as we approach 10 minutes in the third quarter. Oneida down 28-17. 3 receivers right. That's the wide side of the field. Rockwood showing pressure. Snap. Here's the quick slant to Jarrett Hewling, and it's going to be a little bit short. Didn't get it high enough for Jarrett to have a shot at it, and Caden's kind of wiping off the hands. I guess a little bit of slickness to that tonight.
Yeah, and he was open too. He was open.
and he had some space. He's so dangerous.
Oh, my goodness. When they're going to drop those two safeties back, you're going to see some space open right there in the middle. Now, granted, you may still take a little bit of a hit, but you're going to see that space. You've got 10, 12 yards right there in the middle of the field.
And we got to throw it in the middle of the field.
Absolutely.
And the space was there because both their linebackers were at the line of scrimmage coming after the quarterback.
Stops the clock just inside 10 minutes, third quarter. Oneida with a 2nd and 10 at their own 49. 3 receivers right. Rector takes the snap, stops, looks, pumps. Now he's flush from the pocket. Rector trying to find some running room. He gets to the 50. He's at the 45-yard line. Rector at the 40. Spinning down inside the 35-yard line with a First National Bank first down. Caden Rector pulls it down and runs for the first down to the Rockwood 32.
That's an okay run there. I'll live with that.
A mark-approved run. Hey,
well, when you're back to pass, if you need to run, then you run.
Hey, and what they're doing is they're bringing pressure with both linebackers, and when you get a hat on a hat up there, and the quarterback's got his lanes to pick, absolutely take off.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right, wing back right. Running back to the left of Rector. He's directing traffic at the 32-yard line of Rockwood with a 1st and 10 here in the third quarter. Down 11. Rector takes the snap. Here's the give. It's going to be T.J. Meredith on the carry to the 30. He's out to the 25-yard line. He is hit from the bottom, upended, but he picks up 9 yards on that first down carry. T.J. Meredith making that running game look even better.
Yeah, and that's because he's so explosive through the line, and he's got good holes. You're not trying to block. Offensive line's not trying to block 12 people.
And it was almost like a read option for the quarterback there. He stuck it in the running back's belly like he was looking downfield, like he might pull it to throw, but he gave it to Meredith, and he went around
RPO,
the left.
John.
Wake Forest style.
Yeah.
From the shotgun, it is Rector with Meredith to his left on 2nd down and 1. Ball inside the 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Rector looking to throw. Pumps. Now goes deep down the left side. Little contact, and it's going to go to the back of the end zone. Jarek Hewling thought he was slowed, and he was. There's a flag down over there.
He was held.
Yep. They impeded the progress, so it's going to be it's going to be a First National Bank first down. I wanted to wait for the official signal. It happened down around the 10, and the scrimmage was from the 24-yard line. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty, and it'll be a First National Bank first down for the Indians. Just got to get the chains in motion down that way.
There's a little double move, guys, but we got to be careful because they did have a safety over the top.
Yes,
I thought it was open more than it was. Got to be careful not throwing an interception when we get down here.
So the ball's at the what would you say?
They called that pass interference, gave them half the distance to the goal.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
The indication was hold.
Well, they moved it 12 yards.
They moved it like a pass interference. You're exactly right.
Rector from the shotgun. Meredith behind him, steps to the right. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Wide side is the right, moving left to right. Here's the snap. Meredith gets the carry, puts his hand out, dances off to the left side, pushes forward 1, maybe 2 yards on that carry. It's going to be 2nd down and a long 8. Clock is at 8 minutes in the third quarter with Oneida trailing by 11. Ball's at the 10.
You know, I'm already thinking it's 2nd down. You got a couple plays here, but you know, is this 4-down territory? You're down 11. You're going field goals against touchdowns at this point.
From the shotgun, tight set, pair of receivers to either side, and here is Rector on 2nd down 8, rolling right, looking, firing for the end zone. Colton Doherty catch, touchdown. Doherty makes the touchdown catch for 10 yards, and the Indians answer on their first drive of the second half, cutting the 11-point lead down to 5, and Luke Barna will come out and try to make it a 4-point game again.
Does that push Rector over 200 yards in the game?
207.
And it's early in the third quarter. Rector's going to hold. Barna is going to kick it. So 3 touchdowns passing for Caden Rector here. Barna to add the all-important extra point. The kick high enough, long enough, and it is good. We're back to a 4-point contest with 7:34 to play. We take the break in Rockwood. Your score, it's the Rockwood Tigers 28, the Oneida Indians 24.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, And what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Hey, take it back in.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. We can tell you the score now is 28-24. Rockwood leads with 7:34 left to play here in the third quarter of action, and it's been back and forth here in the third quarter. Both teams scoring touchdowns. Oneida gets set to kick off.
All right. Sorry, John L.
Yeah, no problem.
It's not often I run into another Orioles fan, so I'm glad to do that. I got to take that opportunity.
Okay.
Indians cut it to 4, and now they'll kick it off left to right. Barna, he's done this once before. Barna puts the boot to it, end over ending, back near the goal line, and it's a kick into the end zone. There'll be no remember, the last time Rockwood returned it to the 40. This time they'll start at their 20, and that, again, the weaponry of Luke Barna in another situation.
Yeah, he averaged last week, Bo? It was 49 yards a kick, almost 50 yards on the kickoff.
52 or 53 yards a kickoff last week.
So just what a weapon you have in Luke Barna.
So now the problem is trying to stop the run of the Rockwood Tigers. It's been a problem.
And especially number 7.
161 yards of rushing so far on the night for Rockwood.
Landon Watts in a shotgun. He has 7 to his right. To his left, Dakota Waldo. 7's Gerald Hamilton. A little bit of problem on the snap. That's going to slow this play's development, but Dakota Waldo pushes forward with a lot of teammates helping to push it forward. It turns what was almost a blown play into a big run across the 25 out near the 27, and that's going to be enough for about, I'm going to call it 7 yards and a second down and 3 now for the Rockwood Tigers. They lead by 4.
Mark, we had him wrapped up 2 yards and less, and ends up being a 7, almost 8-yard pickup.
Strong leg drive from that young man. Good running back.
Now under center is Watts with Hannibal, left halfback, wing back to the left. Here's the snap, little misdirection. The give is, once again, this time going to be Dakota Waldo, I think. Did I see that right? Number 1 blasting through there across the 30, out to about the 34, 30. Let's see, 33. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now for Rockwood. 6:30 to go, third quarter, with Rockwood leading 28-24.
I don't know what his numbers are on the night, but he's their leading rusher this season. What's his numbers tonight, Bo?
11 carries, 43 yards, and a score averaging just under 4 yards a carry.
You know, I wish nothing bad on anybody, but I'm so glad to see Waldo, Turner, Hannibal, our seniors. I really am.
So now Watts under center. There's a pair of wing backs. Hannibal split in the slot left. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a run to the left, trying to get behind Hannibal to run. Now they find the corner at the 35, 40, 45, cuts at the 50 into Oneida territory, down inside the Oneida 45 to the 44. A rare carry, but a nice one for Eric Thurman, who also is a senior.
I don't know what that young man saw, but if he runs the sideline, he scores. He cut it back inside, and we were able to get him then. Like you said, maybe he's not used to it, but, man, he had the sideline to himself and would have scored easily if he'd have just stayed against it.
I think his coach is telling him that right now. He kind of grabbed him. He came off. He grabbed him by the shoulder pad and said, you could have been gone.
23 yards.
Still pretty good. Now Rockwood at the Oneida 44. Will there be an answer for this Rockwood ground attack from the Indians?
Need a takeaway. Oneida needs a takeaway.
Landon Watts is under center, an offset eye with Hannibal leading for Turner. Now in motion, Waldo, and now it's going to be a pitch. Turner to the left side, working to the sideline, taken out of bounds, 41-yard line. That'll be about a 3-yard gain for Dakota Waldo. That's very pedestrian given this Rockwood running game's usual. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, they only gained 3 or 4 yards.
Only 3 yards.
What's that about?
Setting something up, Mark.
Yeah.
Remember something, Rockwood has fumbled the ball 3 times in this contest, but they've recovered it every time.
Just bounced their way.
No turnovers for the Tigers. The Indians with 2 tonight. Each team will have 3 games remaining. We told you to have any hope of a home playoff game, these teams have to win this one, basically. Watts under center. with an offset I formation, takes the snap, fakes, gives to Hannibal. He runs through the middle. He pushes the pile inside the 40 to the 39 to the 38. 3-yard gain for Gerald Hannibal. It will be 3rd and 3. Rockwood, they're going to have to get the ball inside the Oneida 35 for a first down. It's 5:20 and ticking in the third. The Tigers lead by 4, and they have a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, we're flexed a yard off of the football, even before it snapped. So that's giving them a good head start there, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it's almost like we're straight back.
So now on 3rd and 3, does Mark Martin have a surprise on this 3rd down? In motion, Turner, here's the snap, pitch, sweeping off to the right, Dakota Waldo. Oneida comes up on it, Waldo cuts left, he's got a first down inside the 35, he's to the 30. Flag comes in behind the play as Waldo gets all the way down to the 27. Flag was thrown from the near side official.
That may be a rake of the face mask.
That's what I was thinking, John. From when he threw it and what happened there. Let's see. It's down at the 29. It's a hold. Mark's right. So that's going to take it from the 29 back to the 39.
We'll ask Jamie later.
She knows it.
And that's going to wind up being a 3rd down and 4.5 or 5.
Yeah, it was out on the right edge there. There was handfuls of jersey being thrown everywhere.
We'll call it 4. 3rd and 4. Rockwood at the Oneida 39, 38.5. They got to get inside the 35 with 4:45 and ticking here in the third quarter in a 4-point game with Rockwood leading in Oneida territory. 3rd and 4.5. Watts.
May see something similar to what they just ran. They like to get it wide.
Shotgun, but they push him up under center. His wingback told him, get up there. And he takes the snap, spins, fakes the give. Now Watts is going to keep it, and he's going to be taken down. Levi James with a big hit and tackle for loss, and it makes a 3rd and 4 into a 4th and 7, and that really changes your thinking if you're the Tigers.
Film study and seeing where the ball is.
And he never laid back. He read the play, and he came immediately and made the play. He didn't sit back and let it come to him. He came up and made the play behind the line of scrimmage. They forced him into a punt, guys.
We wondered if Watts would tuck it and run, and he did on a big 3rd down, and Levi James came up with an even bigger play. Oneida's got a pair of returners back just outside the 10. Here's the snap. Turner back, picks it up at the 35-yard line, tumbles, and it's going to be Oneida's football. It's not a turnover, but it's a big play, and Oneida down 4 will have the football inside the Rockwood 35-yard line.
John Selby is the one that blocked the punt. Got in there, blew it up. A great play by the Indian defense.
3:37 to play in this third quarter with Oneida trailing 28-24, and what an opportunity. The way Rockwood was playing, you didn't know if you'd get to touch the football with a chance in a one-score game, but Oneida has their chance. What will they do with it? 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. The running back is T.J. Meredith. Caden Rector moving left to right, ball from the 34 of Rockwood. Here's the snap, Rector. Quick screen off to the left, bounces out there, incomplete. Oh, and then Dakota Waldo body slams T.J. Meredith after the play and gets a 15-yard penalty that's going to push this football down to the Rockwood 19. That is not something you're used to seeing in this series.
Boneheaded play right there. You got to keep your cool, and I'd say there was a little talking, a little chirping going on, but you got to keep your cool right there.
Pushes it to the 19. What a huge penalty against the Tigers on that personal foul.
And penalties have been their undoing. When they were on offense, they had a first down, but it was a holding call that brought them back, and then James makes a play to force the punt. Now this personal foul helps out.
So from the 19, 1st and 10, can the Indians capitalize? Meredith comes set to the left side. Martin goes in motion. Now Meredith to the right. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball evenly between the hashes. Here's the snap. Give to Meredith. Meredith looking over the left side inside the 20. He's down to the 18, to the 17. And let's see, is that about where he goes? 3 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 7. Bo, what'd you have?
Oh, I was just going to talk about the block of the punt. That was a 26-yard swing on that block punt.
That's huge.
Yes, it is.
We wanted a turnover, and that's about as good as, right?
Absolutely.
Well, probably, maybe
better.
Better than that because of them punting the football away. So it would have been.
You're looking at getting the ball. If it was a touchback, you're getting it at the 20, but now you're starting at your own or at the opposite 35.
So we're at the 17 now with a 2nd down and 7 are the Indians. Down by 4. They break the huddle with 3 receivers split wide out to the right. But Caden Rector says, nope, that's not how it's supposed to be. He brings Landon Lindbergh over to the left. There's Peyton Smart, the running back. Now steps to the left on 2nd down and 7. Rector comes set, takes the snap, gives to Peyton Smart. Off the right side, 15, 10, 5. Flag comes down on the backside as Smart goes into the end zone. This is probably going to bring this touchdown back. It would have flipped the lead to Oneida, but a flag down at the 14 is going to push it out to the 24 and make this a 2nd down and 15.
Was it anywhere near the run, Mark?
It was out in front of the run, I think, wasn't it?
Isaac Morgan. He pancaked the guy, but he stayed on top of him.
Is that what they call?
Yep.
So how do you prevent that, Bo? I mean, do you just roll off the guy? How do you? I've seen that in the last couple of weeks at the college level as well. But I mean, if you pancake them, how do you prevent?
Only thing you can do.
Well, now it's got to get to the 9 for a 1st down. It is 2nd down and 14.
You Superman it.
Rector from the shotgun. Peyton Smart, the running back again. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Smart comes set. No, that's Weston Hurst to the left. And now Oneida takes the snap on 2nd and 14. Rector looking, going for it all down the left side. It's going to be a flag down on the near side, and the ball is incomplete out of the back of the end zone. What's this flag on the near side?
It's against us.
It's against Oneida. So is this reminiscent of the York game a little bit when Oneida had those back-to-back holding penalties when they were in good position?
Is it legal shift?
It's a false start. This is just a 5-yarder, but still it's going to push it back.
He declined it.
Oh, so it's going to take the down. All right.
Well, it's because of the way we throw the football.
Yeah. So Oneida will have it at the 24 with a 3rd and 15. 3rd down, 15. So you're looking balls evenly between the hashes right now.
But you've got 2 plays to get this 1st down.
Or you could kick it and make it a 1-point game. I mean, you've got options. 3 receivers right. Weston Hurst comes set to the right. And on 3rd and 15, here's the snap. Rector rolling right. Picks up a block, fires down. Incomplete.
Had to be a flag.
It was early contact.
No.
Yeah, it was. Flag comes in, early contact on the receiver. It was Jarek Hewling setting up to make the catch.
1st down, correct?
Yeah, and he was contacted before the ball got there, so it's going to be, is this an automatic 1st down?
Should be, yeah.
I don't think it is. I think it's a 15-yarder, but not an automatic.
No,
right?
pass interference automatic.
Okay, thank you, Bo.
Well, they're discussing it.
Should be.
In high school, I don't think it carries an automatic 1st down. I think it has, but it may be enough by yardage here.
Well, they pushed it down to the 13 or 12-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. So it's a 3rd and 3 with 2 minutes to play in the 3rd. Oneida's down 4.
And you need to throw it.
With all that's happened, look at the opportunity you have here. 3rd down and 3, you're down 4. You got 30 seconds on the play clock, and Oneida has Caden Rector with T.J. Meredith to his left, 3 receivers to the left, and now on 3rd and 3, the snap. Rector rolling to his left, looking, lost for the end zone, and it's going to be interference in the end zone.
Yeah.
2 flags as he put it up for grabs.
He did.
The defender was there, and as Jarek Hewling tried to come back to the football, he was pushed out by Eric Thurmond, and this will be a 1st and goal for the Indians. It's a First National Bank 1st down.
Yeah, and he wasn't looking back for the football. He was in good position, the defensive back, but Jarek had an eye on it, was going up, and he just impeded that.
1:58 in the 3rd. The ball is at the Rockwood 5.5.
What a game.
Just inside the 6, just outside the 5. Oneida has 4 downs. Their passing has been strong, but they might have to put it on the ground here. Let's see. Elijah Phillips will be wing back to the right. T.J. Meredith to the left of Caden Rector in the shotgun. One receiver wide right, two to the left. At the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Rector takes the snap, gives to Meredith. Meredith through the middle, stretching inside the 3. Flag comes in late from the end zone after the play expired, and I have no idea what this is going to be
anything.
I didn't either.
Didn't see anything.
It was from the back judge,
Holding.
and what's it going to be?
Or a cut block.
Well, they're discussing this as the ball rests at the 2.
That flag's 7
With a
yards deep in
second
the
and
end
goal
zone.
at the 2. It's a dead ball personal foul on
Oh,
Rockwood.
wow.
Pushes it to the 1.
With a first.
That's
first.
two this drive. And now Oneida has a 1st and goal with 1 yard.
Composure's being lost right now.
Now, 1 yard to go. Get under center.
And pass it.
No.
I'm waiting for you to say
No. But it never gets out of the quarterback's hands.
No.
4 quarterback sneaks.
Here he goes.
No, I agree.
He's going
Right.
under.
I agree.
Elijah Phillips is in front of TJ Meredith. From the 1, Rector comes set under center in the I formation behind him on 1st and goal at the 1. Rector takes the snap, gives to Meredith. Meredith is going to be held out. Rockwood is able to stop him. Might have lost a half a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.5. Clock runs with 1:39 to play in the 3rd. Oneida down 4, and they have 3 downs at the 1.5.
Not only do you not sneak it, you do a delayed pitch.
Yeah.
Or
Pick
handoff.
your gap and go right or left with the quarterback. 4 straight plays.
Why are you in my face telling me?
Because you was all for that play.
Indians trying to regain the lead here in the 3rd. It's the same formation. Rector under center. Elijah Phillips, the fullback. The tailback, TJ Meredith from the 1.5. 2nd and goal. Rector, long count, takes the snap, gives Meredith right side. He's hit in the backfield. The ball comes out. Rockwood has it. Rockwood recovers the fumble, and the Tigers hold the Indians out and will take over on the 1, and it looks like TJ Meredith is down here for the moment. It was recovered by Nehemiah Story. And Rockwood holds out the Oneida threat. And it's going to be 1st and 10. That's the good news for the Tigers. They stop Oneida. They keep the 4-point lead. The bad news, it's 1st and 10 at their 1, but this line and this running game has shown the propensity to be able to handle this.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So Rockwood put Oneida on the 1 with 4 downs. And they hold him out. And now under center, Landon Watts with a tight set. Hannibal right behind him as the fullback. They take the snap. They give to Hannibal off the left side. Hannibal stretches it across the 5, out to the 7 to the 8.
I think you're going to see a bunch of number 7.
7-yard carry. It will be 2nd down and 3. The Indians with a missed opportunity. Now the ball at the 8-yard line with a 2nd and 3 for the Rockwood Tigers. They have a 4-point lead. Still a single-score game, but Oneida's defense is called upon again. Watts under center. Quick snap. Hands to Hannibal again off the left side. The Indians stop him, but not before he gets a 1st down for his Rockwood Tigers, and that will probably be the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a 3rd quarter that saw each team score a touchdown on their first possession of the quarter and then play to a stalemate, and Oneida squandering opportunity at the 1-yard line of Rockwood, and the 3rd quarter comes to a close. When we come back, the 4th and final quarter, as we take the break, your score, it's Rockwood 28 and Oneida 24.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back to Rockwood. Mark, John, Bo, Tim, we're all with you for the fourth and final quarter. We all thought Oneida was about to go in to flip the score on this Rockwood team, but the Tigers turn us away on a fumble. And now they have it 1st and 10. They're at their own 13-yard line, and Watts is under center with Waldo in motion. Watts takes the snap, pitches, and sweeping off to the right, Turner stops, cuts it up, and the Indians rally to the football at the 17-yard line. Hold him to 4 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
That's what it's going to take to bring these running backs down. They got to rally to the football. You can't expect one guy, maybe two guys. It took 4 to get him down right there. I mean, our guys cannot stop just because they see one guy at the football. They got to rally.
So now at the 17, 11:30 to play here in this fourth quarter. Yep, making sure I had it set right. And Rockwood will come set with a 2nd down and 6. From the shotgun now, Watts. Wide side of the field, left side, it's emptied out over there, but here comes Waldo in motion to that side. They fake to him. They throw it back to Turner on the left side. He makes a move, 20, slips the tackle, 25-30. Stiff arms a man as he goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And that's a Rockwood 1st and 10, now at their own 33-yard line, stopping the clock with 11:03 to play.
They like to get their playmakers in space with the football. They do a good job of it. They did it right there, and they got them a 1st down, and they've moved out from the shadow of the goalpost from the 1-yard line.
Indians trail by as much as 11 in this game. It was 28-17. Now Oneida down 4, but Rockwood with a fresh set of downs. Here's the give, trying the middle, Dakota Waldo, and his second effort takes him for about 7. Looked like he was stopped for 2, and then all of a sudden he gets 5 more yards. It's 2nd down and 3. Rockwood at their own 40 as they continue to cram the run.
Yeah, just keeps driving. Keeps his feet moving, and we just got to fall. If you get a hold of him, fall. That'll bring him down.
John said it. Pursue and gang tackle. That's what you've got to do. It's gonna take 2 or 3 sometimes on some of these guys.
2nd down and 3. Turnover penalty would be ideal here if you're an Oneida fan. And here's the snap. They fake the pitch. They give to Hannibal off the right side. Hannibal blasts through for a 1st down. Gerald Hannibal with the change of pace off the right side across the 45, pushing it to the 47, where it's going to be 1st and 10. Rockwood with a 4-point lead and trying to drive for more.
They're just pushing us off the line of scrimmage.
And they're content, to milk this clock. They shouldn't be in a hurry. They've got the lead, and they're able to get the sticks, keep the sticks moving. They just want to eat clock, protect their lead. If they tack another one on, it's going to be an uphill climb for Oneida.
10 minutes to go, and a full complement of timeouts for both teams in this 4-point game. Rockwood now with a 1st and 10 at their own 47. Under center is Watts, takes the snap, gives off tackle. This is going to be Waldo, finding good running room across the 50 to Oneida territory, down to the Indian 47-yard line. It's 6 yards on 1st down, makes it so tough. It's going to be 2nd down and 4.
So what you want is the short yardage on 2nd down and have a big gain on 1st. Put you in a good situation on 2nd down, especially in a run-oriented offense like they are.
Is there a surprise in store for Mark Martin here on this? Is there something he can do to pull a rabbit out of the hat on this drive and try to come up with a stop? 2nd down and 4, Rockwood at the Oneida 47, needing the Oneida 43 for a 1st and 10. They're taking that play clock all the way down. We're inside 9 minutes. Here's the give. Hannibal tries the middle, falling, crashing forward for another Rockwood 1st down on the surge from Gerald Hannibal. It's the 41 of Oneida.
Yeah, they're coming. When they come off the line, whatever side they're running to, those guys come out of their stance and block downfield. The backside always just cut blocks and takes basically 3 linemen out of the play.
So Rockwood at the Oneida 41, an excruciating drive here for Indian fans who just want to get that ball back and try to get a lead down 4, but Rockwood is crushing it, especially on first down. Let's see what they do here. 1st and 10 at the Oneida 41-yard line. Hannibal lined up behind Watts. One receiver wide left, a wing back to either side. Here comes Turner in motion. Misdirection. Hannibal again through the middle. He's at the 35. He's at the 30, and he's going to be tripped up, but not before he gets down to the Oneida 25-yard line. So again, a great first down play. And it's always a great play when you hand it to Gerald Hannibal right now, because he is coming through big time for this Rockwood team.
You got to hit him right there at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. When he gets the football, those linebackers and defense and the defensive linemen are the ones that's got to make the tackle on him, because these defensive backs are coming up and trying to hit him, and they're having a hard time bringing him down.
13 carries, 145 yards now for Hannibal.
All right, 1st and 10 at the Oneida 25. Rockwood now in the green zone, I guess you would call it, as they take the play clock down from the shotgun. Watts, Hannibal to his right, takes the snap, hands it off to Waldo. Waldo continues to pound the run inside the 15, and John is talking about the early movement. It's almost like a two-step start that is sometimes allowed here, but it's another first down now at the Oneida 15-yard line. It's not happening every time, but it certainly happened there.
It was multiple people on that play. I don't know how they can't call that.
But here is Rockwood at the Oneida 15. Now down inside 7 minutes. The Tigers' drive started at their 1, folks. They've been on the ground the whole time, and they've eaten clock, and they've got a 4-point lead. And Oneida's got to find an answer real quick right here.
Turnover.
At the 15-yard line, Watts strides up to the line. Hannibal behind him. He goes under center quickly. Watts turns. Hands to Hannibal. Hannibal tries the middle, bounces off to the right, spins and reverses field and has a lot of room to run.
Touchdown.
He's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's at the 5. Gerald Hannibal reverses field and takes it in for the 15-yard touchdown, and Rockwood regains the double-digit lead, now up by 10. What a run by Hannibal. What a drive Gerald Hannibal just put on for the Rockwood Tigers.
Oh, yeah, and that's the situation they want to be in with this offense, with the lead and being able to put the ball on the ground and move it like that.
McLean's extra point is good. Timeout on the field. We take the break. Rockwood back up by 11. 6:20 to play. Your score, it's Rockwood 35, Oneida 24.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back to Rockwood. The Oneida Indians and the Indian fans here and the Indian fans listening just went through an excruciating 99 yards of football from Rockwood, keeping it on the ground, grinding the clock, and expanding this lead to 11, Bo.
11 plays, 99 yards, 6.5 minutes off the clock.
So now Oneida's got to score twice to win this game, and they got to get an onside kick probably in between. Here's a high kick. Oneida takes it at the 29, up to the 30, now to the 35-yard line. This happens to be Weston Hurst who picks it up, takes it out to the 36, and so the Indians have all their timeouts, and Rockwood has all of theirs, and the Indians probably going to have to move quick and get on the ball, and the passing game's going to be called upon to try to overcome this 11-point deficit with only 6:14 to play.
Yeah, I mean, we can score quickly. We've showed that, so let's just see what happens.
So Oneida breaks huddle. Caden Rector has Westonhurst with him. It's a tight set, pair of receivers to either side. Oneida's moving right to left here in this fourth quarter, down 11. Now running back comes set to the right, snap, Rector. Fires over the right side, catch is made by Limburg, and he's going to get up to about the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. Rockwood does a nice job getting to him and bringing him down quick. Now Oneida's huddling inside 6 minutes.
If he'd have recognized they only had 10 defenders, did Rockwood on that play, and we had number 7 streaking down the middle of the field wide open.
So now Rector with a shotgun, 2 receivers right, or 1 receiver right, 3 to the left, running back to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Here's the snap. Rector is rolling to the near side. Pressure. Rector fires down. It's going to be caught, held on to, incomplete. They say it's incomplete as Oneida's upended. It was a attempted catch for Tate West.
Wow, looked like he caught it to the ground and then
it was
rolled out.
Similar to the catch that the Rockwood player made down here. The ball came out late when he hit the ground, but Tate, nice effort, but it's going to make a 3rd down and 7. It does stop the clock with 5:28 to play in what's most assuredly 2-down territory for the Indians.
Well, yeah.
35-24, Rockwood leading. Clock shows 5:28. Oneida with a 3rd and 7. They've got to have their own 46. They'll snap it from their own 39-yard line. Rector in the shotgun. 3 receivers split to the left, wide side of the field. Running back comes set that side. Rector on 3rd and 7 takes the snap. Looks for the quick pass across the middle, and it's going to be behind Hewling, incomplete. So Oneida now faces a 4th down. The game probably comes down to this play. Indians have to convert 4th and 7. They'll have to get it across their own 46-yard line, down 2 scores. 11-point lead for the Tigers. Indians will have a week off after this, and then they travel to Monterey for another region game.
The 35 points by Rockwood, the most scored by either team in this game, going back to 1969.
4th down and 7. The Indians will snap it, bringing Hewling in motion left to right from the slot. Now the snap. Rector dropping back. Free rusher. It's going to take him down. The ball comes loose. Rockwood it's going to be blown dead, but the ball comes out. Rockwood recovers it, and the Tigers will now see Oneida as the clock rolls, continuing right now. I'm watching time tick off this clock. A clear 10 seconds have been gone, and while it seems unlikely for the Indians, the clock continues to roll down inside 5 minutes to play. I don't see that anyone is bringing this to the – now the clock stops with 4:52 to go. That was probably 20 seconds off the clock.
26 seconds.
Yeah. So it's still a highly unlikely thing here, right? But the Indians, they're going to have to stop Rockwood.
I think that was only the 3rd or 4th sack of Caden Rector all year.
Second tonight.
Is that right? I mean, he's only been sacked.
I'll have to look. They're putting it back. They're putting 5. Yeah, it's back
5
to
minutes
5
even.
minutes.
That's still a loss of
Yeah,
about
it's lost 16 seconds, yeah.
But it won't matter if the Indians can't get a stop here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And with 5 minutes, that's plenty of time for number 7 to rumble into the end zone again for the capper. If we don't stand tall right here.
They still continue to look at this clock.
What a flip of the script. Oneida down 28-24 on the 1-yard line with a 1st and goal and fumbles. And Rockwood goes 99 for a touchdown, and here we are. They have the ball back. I mean, just what a flip.
Yeah. And let's see what Oneida's response is. I mean, emotionally to try to stop Hannibal right now. Rockwood's probably licking their chops here on this 1st and 10. The ball is inside the Oneida 30, and here's Watts. He'll take the snap. He's going to give it, sweeping off to the right, Dakota Waldo, stringing it out. Oneida does a pretty good job of slowing him down. And then as the hand grazes across the top of the helmet, a face mask is going to be called here at the 26. So the Indians, with 5:01 to go, it's going to take it from the 26 down to the 13 on this face mask call.
Just tough.
Yeah. So the Indians will walk away from Rockwood tonight. It appears with what could have been playing through their minds and
gave themselves a chance.
Yes, it's hard to see this Rockwood team as it's built not being able to overcome this. I mean, there's been stranger things happen probably, but let's see. Rockwood, can they take care of business? They certainly appear capable. They're at the Oneida. Actually, they put it at the 20. And Hannibal, it's a 2nd and 1. Hannibal's behind Watts, so just a 5-yard face mask on that. And now Watts is watching the play clock and letting it tick down. Watts takes the snap, fakes, gives to Dryston Turner off the left side, now into the middle, pushing forward. Here's the whistle at the 17-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Rockwood Tigers, and Oneida takes the timeout, stops it with 4:19 to go. We'll take the break. Your score, it's Rockwood 35, Oneida 24.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. It's late, and it looks bad for the Oneida Indians, 35-24. The Indians trail by 11. Rockwood has the football with a first down at the Oneida 17-yard line, and the Indians have 2 timeouts left. So here we go. Rockwood under center with Landon Watts. Gerald Hannibal's been the punisher tonight. He lines up at fullback offset to the left. Watts brings Turner in motion, takes the snap, gives to Hannibal, starts left, cuts right, 15, steps over a man, 15. They can't slow him till he gets to the 10-yard line. And that will be a timeout for Oneida, and we'll take another break on that 6-yard carry. Your score is Rockwood 35, Oneida 24.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would make your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Welcome back to Rockwood. The Oneida Indians have 1 timeout remaining. They trail by 11. Rockwood has a 2nd down and 3 at the Indian 11 with 4:08 to play. Pretty dark picture painted there. The Rockwood Tigers are going to get their first region win. Oneida's going to drop to 3-4. Rockwood's going to move to 4-3.
And you're playing next week for 3rd place. And
no, you're off next week.
Well,
here's the snap. Give Hannibal off the left side. Hannibal's got first down yardage. He's inside the 5, tumbling down to the 3, where it's going to be 1st and goal for the Rockwood Tigers. And what we got? Did the Indians burn that final timeout? They did, with 4:08 to play. So we'll keep it here just a moment. John, you were talking about, so Oneida's off this week.
That's true.
Last week they lost to Rockwood, or last year, I mean, they lost to Rockwood. Came back, bounced back with a good effort against the Monterey Tigers.
They'll need it this year as well to keep from.
But you got to do it there.
Yeah, to keep from finishing 4th in the region.
That's right.
And traveling first round to #1 team in the state. Hampton.
Yes, it's going to be Hampton. Hampton plays at South Green tonight. Their coronation will be accomplished this evening as the Hampton Bulldogs will move to 6-0.
You know, you look at these other teams up there in that region, and you really don't know what you got. And I don't know if you know.
You don't have a winning record.
And I know you don't know if
among them.
And you may not know what you got in the teams here in Region 2 AA as well.
What you got, Bo?
Cosby defeated North Green tonight, 41-26.
Oh, the North Green thing again. Always got to be that.
Hampton defeated South Green 37-0. West Green up 42-0 against Cloudland right now in the third quarter.
Why is there not an East Green?
Yeah.
How's
that fair?
Yes, it's not. Or Green Central. Here, first and goal at the 3. Here's the give to Gerald Hannibal,
Touchdown.
and Hannibal takes it into the end zone once again for the Rockwood touchdown. The Tigers.
Did I say I'm glad he's a senior?
Push it to 41-24, a 17-point lead. And Rockwood continues to shatter that points scored in the series all time. Rockwood is going to beat Oneida for the third time in a row for the first time ever. They'd never won 3 straight against the Indians, but they'll do it here. The extra point attempt from Hayden McLean is on the way, and this kick is good. Timing on the field, we take the break with your score. 3:57 to go. It is Rockwood 42, Oneida 24.
At Big South Fork Medical Center, our dedicated team of medical professionals are available 24/7 should you or your family need high-quality care. We have an emergency room, inpatient unit, and a range of outpatient services. Big South Fork Medical Center, your local hospital where we're small enough to care, but large enough to heal. For more information on what we have to offer, you can visit our website, www.bsfmedical.com.
Welcome back to Rockwood, the Oneida Indians and the Rockwood Tigers. We were on a blackout tonight. You can rewatch this one if you dare tomorrow, but I can tell you you're going to see a whole lot of Gerald Hannibal. You'll enjoy the first half, and you'll enjoy the first drive of the second half for the Indians. But the rest of this game has been Rockwood. And Coach John Webb and his team just pounding it out. Gave up some big plays, but didn't let it phase them, Mark. They got out here and executed as they kick it off. Oneida sees it bounce between a couple of men, and then it goes out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty. Oneida get good field position, but now down 18 with 4 minutes to go. The Indians will have a couple of weeks to think about this one where they had opportunities. It was 28-24, and Oneida was at the 1-yard line of Rockwood with a first and goal.
You're right, and we decided to turn around and hand it off 3 times to the tailback. And I'm sorry, but I just didn't agree with it. It's we should have run it 4 times from the quarterback position, him being up under center.
Well, the first one caught me off guard. It was a delayed handoff, and that went nowhere.
They all was. It took a little time, John.
Yeah, and we fortunately got a penalty, and we got a first and goal, but it is what it is.
From the shotgun, Rector taking the snap. He's rolling right. Flushed out. He's got pressure. Rector throws it off to the side. He's taken down at the end of it. And it's going to be second down and 10.
And that's nothing. These kids was out there doing the very best that they could. I just thought it was I thought it was a poor choice of.
There's a flag.
It's going to be intentional grounding.
Yep.
White Hat decided that he's going to get involved at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
He's not thrown a flag at all night.
Yeah.
He's watched illegal motion in the backfield in green all night long, but he's going to drop his flag now.
He'll take it back to the 22. So
I'm glad he's on it.
Well, with 3:49 to go, likely not going to affect the outcome at least.
No.
So, receiver to the right, 3 receivers to the left. Rector from the shotgun on 2nd and 20. And so here's the pass out to the right side. Catch is made by Colton Daugherty up to the 28. That'll make it 3rd and about 17 with 3:43 to go.
But we had them on their heels. We had them down there and had them on their heels, and doggone
It just changed the complexion of the game. Rockwood was flat. They were down. They were out
snap,
of sorts.
Rector rolling left, flushed, looking, fires downfield. Is that a catch for
It
Tate
looked like
West?
it, yes.
He did a nice job picking that one
Good
up
job, Tate.
with the fingertips. Nice reception for Tate West up to the 39. It'll be 4th down and 6 for Oneida now. It's a game-ending play likely if the Indians cannot convert this. A game-ending for Oneida. They won't possess it again. Here's the snap. And here's Rector rolling right. He's got pressure. He fires. It's going to be tipped incomplete.
It would have been a pick six if he hadn't knocked it down, because
He
number
didn't.
one was just sitting there with his arms open and nothing but green in front of him.
He didn't see him coming across that linebacker. He didn't see him coming across.
So with 3:10 to go, it will be Rockwood to possess the ball again. Yeesh. They've got 42 points tonight.
If they want to make a statement, they can do it right here.
Well, I'm guessing here, but I think Coach John Webb is going to put it on the ground. I mean, he hadn't passed it this half, right? So it's going to be on the ground.
Do it right down here on the sideline.
Okay, fair enough. But it's going to be on the ground, and you're just going to have to stop it, and they may score again.
Very well.
With the running game they've got, let's just see. As Watts is under center. Takes the snap, hands it off, and this is going to be Waldo. Stiff arming one, gets inside the 25, or down inside the 35, down to the 31. That's going to go for about 9 yards. And inside 3 minutes to go.
Pass it.
They're wanting blood in the crowd.
Yeah.
And one thing
Step on her throat, boys.
It's a gain of 7. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I noticed on the last play they were up to the ball quick. Instead of milking the clock, they were on the ball quick. Now I think the coach is reining them back a little bit.
So why is that? Is there something that we tilted them with tonight?
I think it comes down to it's a rivalry game. You want
a statement game too.
All right, second down 2. Watts with Hannibal behind him, wing back to either side. Receiver split off to the right. Watts takes the clock down, takes the snap, hands to Hannibal off the right side, 30, 25. He is going to slide down to a stop at the 23, but it's a fresh set of downs for the Rockwood Tigers with 2 minutes and ticking. Oneida's out of timeouts. Probably wouldn't call them if they had them now. Rockwood at the 23 of Oneida with a 1st and 10. As the third quarter closed, it was still a one-score game.
Is Monterey off tonight?
No, they're hosting Lakeway Christian.
Lakeway Christian, John L.
Okay.
York is at Wartburg.
York's at Wartburg, John L.
Am I supposed to read these notes that I have here in front of me?
Don't worry about that. Some surprising things, though. Meigs County is 4-2. And what do we have here? A timeout for Rockwood. We'll take the same as we take the break with 1:22 to go. Your score is Rockwood 42, Oneida 24.
First National to me it's a core memory growing up, and it is something that's always been a part of my life.
We renovated this building and opened this business. We were looking to source as much as we could locally, and what is more local than First National Bank of Oneida? First National Bank is very involved with a lot of the local community events and supporting of businesses. We've seen them involved with the fair and the sports locally and other things that I think is just indicative of the local community being supported by the local bank.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. Oneida's got a bye week, and it's a rough one to go into the bye week on, having to think on this one.
Chew on this one for 2 weeks.
1st and 10 at the 23. Here's the snap they give Dakota Waldo. Off to the right side. He gets inside the 15-yard line, stretches it down near the 12, and that is going to be another first down for Rockwood as we approach the 1 minute mark.
Levi James on the stop. Landon Lindbergh getting up a little slow. He took on a big offensive lineman out there, got rolled up.
So the ball is at just outside the 13-yard line. We're inside a minute to play. So Rockwood feasibly could have one more snap if they choose to stop after that. Watts under center. This is the take a knee formation they had at the end of the first half. And Watts will absolutely take a knee here as Rockwood will snap this clock away. 30 seconds showing they don't have to snap it again. The Rockwood Tigers, 4-point game after 3 quarters, but that 4th quarter dominated by the Rockwood Tigers here tonight. We'll come back. We'll talk about it. We'll get a talk with Coach Jimmy May, and we will wrap things up from Rockwood. A lot of action here tonight, a lot of points scored. 66 points between the two teams, but Rockwood with the majority of them as they score 42. We'll take the break after telling you the final in this one. It's the Rockwood Tigers 42, the Oneida Indians 24.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's, country cooking and great steaks.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved, we try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday, or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School. The Oneida Indians fall to the Rockwood Tigers here tonight. Big Region 2 battle. Rockwood came in winless in the region. They had just played one region game. They lost to Monterey. It was the same scenario Rockwood found themselves in a year ago, and the same thing happens. Rockwood picks up a win, and they keep their hopes alive for not only postseason, but for a crown in this region. It is still possible for the Tigers. We saw them do that a year ago. And so they certainly look capable tonight. I mean, the Indians very challenged in trying to stop Rockwood's run. It looks like this team is beginning to get on a roll. Oneida had some very big positives in that first half. And as both teams have improved since the season has gone on, it's just Rockwood had a 4-point lead, and there's just that key sequence that we're all thinking about. Where the Indians were about to possibly go ahead on a touchdown run that would have given them a 2, perhaps 3-point lead, and then football hits the ground. Rockwood takes it 99 yards, and that was the story of this one, I believe.
Changed the whole complexion of the football game. You get it down in there, and just a bad sequence right there for. But that changed the whole complexion. They got the football back and took it down the field and scored. And it had to take. You could see it. It took some of the wind out of the Indian sails whenever Rockwood got the football back. We're thinking go from being up and possibly win it, because I don't know. I mean, it'd been tough. That would have fired up the defense, and everybody would have been jacked up, and it could have been the difference, So,
yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I don't think anybody would deny that was the key moment in this game.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the standings as we came into the night, and I'm just, Rockwood York should be interesting down the line.
Yeah.
And but Oneida still has a couple of games that it wants to finish strong on, of course, and you still got seeding to be settled in the region. And if you're Oneida, you definitely want to get this next region game. You got to go on the road again in 2 weeks, but to Monterey. But last week we're kind of sitting in the same situation, facing Monterey, and let's face it, nobody gave Oneida much of a chance to win that game last year.
You mean last year?
Yeah, last year.
But the only difference is Monterey hadn't lost to York. Monterey lost to York this year, so now that pretty much becomes a de facto winner. Is still going to travel in the playoffs, but they don't have to go to Hampton.
Yeah.
So it's a get out of playing Hampton game. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, there could be chaos and weird things happen, but I mean, if things fall like they look they're going to, that's probably what that is.
Fly out of your butt. Probably not going to happen, but that's basically the deal there. Playing Monterey in 2 weeks and
monkeys.
Yeah.
Well, so the Indians have a rough night. Really, it boils down, though, to a rough quarter and a couple of plays, though. I mean, it was a good night for most.
Oh, my gosh,
yes.
For
the Indians, a lot of good things working. The run game started clicking a little bit more. The passing was looking good. Just had that.
Played their guts out.
Yeah.
Bo, how many turnovers Oneida end up with tonight?
3.
All right.
And
You're getting ahead of us.
All of those led to scores.
Yes.
And that did they turn it over any?
No. They fumbled it 3 times but never lost it.
I know the 1 yard the play at the 1 yard line it haunts us, but 3 turnovers.
Sure, that's true.
Is the game.
Yeah, it puts you in that one position.
Yeah, and that series of stuff happening just turned the momentum.
Our first play of the ball game was a turnover.
Yeah.
That led 3 plays later, they're in the end zone, and we're fighting it from there.
Bo, go ahead and give us some of those statistics. We may be accelerating along here in the post game.
Rockwood on the night had 25 first downs on the night, 47 carries, 334 yards rushing, went 5 of 7 through the air for 86 yards, 54 total plays for 420 yards of offense for the Tigers. They were led on the ground by Gerald Hannibal. 18 carries on the night, 185 yards, 4 touchdowns for the big fella. Dakota Waldo, 17 carries, 88 yards, and a score. Dryston Turner had 7 for 36. Landon Watts, once again, 5 of 7 through the air for 86 yards and a touchdown. Dryston Turner had 3 catches for 18 yards, and Dakota Waldo had 2 for 68 and a score. Leading tackler for Rockwood was Dakota Waldo. He had 4 with a sack. And then Gerald Hannibal and Jaden Gilbert both had 3 tackles each with a half a sack. Hannibal had a tackle and a half for loss on the night. For the Indians, 16 first downs on the night, 15 carries for 59 yards. They threw the ball 23 times, completed 11 for 227 yards. 3 touchdowns and an interception for 38 total plays on the night for the Indians, 286 yards of offense for Oneida. TJ Meredith was your leading rusher on the night for the Indians. He had 10 carries for 50 yards. Caden Rector had 3 carries for 5 total yards, and Weston Hurst had 2 carries for 4. Through the air, Caden Rector, 11 of 23 through the air for 227 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. His leading target tonight was Landon Limburg, 4 catches for 67 yards. Colton Darty had 3 catches for 27. Jarek Hewling, 2 for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Tate West had 2 catches for 25 yards. Leading tacklers on the night for the Indians, Levi James, Peyton Smart, both 11 total tackles on the night. Elijah Phillips had 10. Caleb Harness also with 7 on the evening.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back from Rockwood here as we tell you the final score once again. It's the Rockwood Tigers 42, the Oneida Indians 24.
Bill Armstrong with the Big South Fork Air Park. 15 years now we've been in Scott County, and a customer of First National Bank 15 years. It's important to us to use a community bank. First National Bank has always been our bank. They're large enough to service any needs you have, but there's a sense of community here. It's nice doing business with people that you know, and they know your name. So that's why we use First National Bank.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Keith Markham from Markham's Furniture and Appliances.
I'd like to invite you to come shop with us at Markham's Furniture and Appliances. Been in business since 1949, locally owned, family owned. We offer the largest selection of furniture and appliances in Scott County. We offer the same-day delivery. Financing is available with a finance company. If you don't see what you like, we're always glad to special order it. Appliances we can normally have within a week. Furniture normally would take about 4 to 5 weeks if we special order it. Thank you.
Located at 205 East 3rd Avenue in Oneida, Mark's Family Pharmacy is open 6 days a week with a drive-through window for your convenience. But we're more than just a pharmacy. Check us out for gift ideas like plush animals, Candleberry Company candles and fragrances, designer earrings, caps, toys, and more. There's something for everyone at Mark's Family Pharmacy. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday.
Welcome back to Rockwood High School, Bo. You got the scoring summary in this one, early and often.
Absolutely. Early on, it was Rockwood scoring with 9:55 to go. Dakota Waldo would take it in from 13 yards out. The PAT from McLean was good, capping off a 4-play, 29-yard drive, and it was 7-0 Rockwood. Oneida would answer on one play as Caden Rector would find Jarek Hewling on a 74-yard touchdown strike. The PAT from Barnwell was good, and it was 7-7 with 9:28 to play. Rockwood, though, would then answer very quickly as well as Gerald Hannibal would find the end zone for the first time of many this evening. This one from 39 yards out. And it made it a 14-7 game after the PAT from McLean. Oneida would strike again quickly, though, as Rector would find Jarek Hewling once more, this time from 34 yards out. The PAT from Barna was good, and it was 14-14 at the end of the first quarter. Rockwood would score late in the second quarter with 1:12 to go as Landon Watts would find Dakota Waldo for a 30-yard touchdown strike. The extra point from McLean was good, giving Rockwood a 21-14 lead, and Oneida would strike for 3 late in the first half as Luke Barna would drill a 40-yard field goal to make it a 21-17 game at the half. With 10:52 to go in the third quarter, it was Hannibal, this time on a 35-yard touchdown run. The PAT from McLean was good, and it was 28-17 Rockwood. But Oneida would answer with 7:34 to go in the third. Caden Rector would find Colton Darty in the back of the end zone on a 10-yard touchdown strike. The PAT from Luke Barna was good, and it was 28-24 at the end of the third quarter. But Rockwood would capitalize in the fourth quarter and find 2 more touchdowns, both from Gerald Hannibal, one from 15 yards out and another from 3 yards out. Both the extra points from McLean were good as Rockwood would defeat Oneida this evening by a final score of 42-24.
All right, Bo. And Coach Jimmy May joins us now. Coach, the Indians and the Tigers for the better part of 3 quarters. It was a back-and-forth battle between the two teams. Too many turnovers doomed the Indians here tonight. 3 turnovers. Rockwood didn't turn it over, and each time that the Indians did turn it over, Rockwood always turned it into a touchdown scoring drive at some point. So, but early on tonight, it was. I mean, in the first 4 minutes, it was 14-14. Talk a little bit about that first 4 minutes.
Well, you know, we got we turned it over, I think, on the first offensive play. We unfortunately stripped it there, and they went in and scored. We didn't offer much resistance. I think it was in about 2 plays. And then we were able to score first or second play, I think. First play was a big pass. And then they came right back, and, you know, and And then we were able to drive a little bit and get another touchdown. It was kind of going back and forth. And, we had some open receivers, and we were hitting them. And that first, I couldn't believe it's the 4 touchdowns. It seemed like 4 minutes. It was going pretty quick. And, the turnovers, we had another pick. And then we made some plays. We got them off the field and stopped them. We drove, and then we got the block punt, and down here and drove inside, got some penalties, and we just unable to move it to get it in. We just, and when we ended up fumbling, and I both fumbled the play before, and then they drive 99, 98 yards and score, and it kind of took some wind out of our sails right there. But at the beginning of the game, it was back and forth, and I thought we were having some success. But we just couldn't get off the field when we needed to during the second half, and we couldn't convert first downs in the second half. We need to keep the ball. But we had a shot, and the kids played hard, and we just have to go back to work.
So you'll have a bye week here, and you'll reset 2 weeks from tonight. Another road game in the region. This time it'll be Monterey, and the Tigers fell. One of the only difference in things that have happened from last year and this year is that Monterey lost to York, and that the Indians have lost to York. But that does change things a lot. It looks like possibly that Monterey game is a battle, likely playoff contenders that are likely going to be on the road in the first round, and somebody's going to Hampton, and somebody will probably go to South Green.
Yeah, I mean, we could end up in a 3-way tie again. I mean, with all of us having 2 losses, like it was last year with 1 loss. But that's why you got to keep playing. You never know what's going to happen, and when it's all about matchups in the playoffs, who you're going to play, and we're very capable of improving and being competitive in the playoffs, which is what you want to do. And but yeah, it's we're going to have a week off. We're on fall break too. We don't have an open date, and then we will we'll practice, and then we'll practice some, and then we're getting ready for Monterey already, and it's a big game for us because it would put us at 2-2, and they'd have 2 losses with Wartburg. They could be 2-2, and Rockwood, they could all end up 2-2 with York wins, So I mean, it could be a 3-way tie. Then it gets into overall record and things like that, and but just way you just keep playing. I mean, you just got to play who's up there next, and we played hard tonight. We did some things that we got to fix. We played. We didn't lay down, and we just it just got out of hand for us there at the end.
So, are there particular things between now and the Monterey game that you're looking at to try to shore up, and just specifically?
Well, we got to. They changed the line of scrimmage on us tonight. They were driving us off the ball and making it hard on our linebackers. Especially in the fourth quarter. We've got to. We just got to get our timing back on everything on offense, and just keep working on that. We were moving the ball pretty well there at times tonight. Probably better in the air than on the ground, but we did have some holes running the ball. Seemed like they had the ball most of the night. We just got to work on little things, fundamentals, because this is the time last year where we really started to improve.
Right.
After we had lost to Rockwood, we were 5-2, and then we were able to get on a little bit of a roll there and win, 4 of our next 5. But we'll just go to work, and we'll just keep trying to get better.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the preparations. Enjoy the off week as best you can, and we'll see you then in Monterey before too long.
All right, thank you.
All right. We will take a quick break and wrap things up from here in Rockwood right after this.
Hi, I'm Michael Laxton, President and CEO of United Cumberland Bank. At UCB, we know that being involved in the community is really important, and the Chamber is just one of the ways that we do that. We do outreach through the schools. Specifically, we love local sports programs, helped out with several playgrounds across our markets. Any way we can help in the community and get involved. We try to be involved in all of our communities and markets. Our customers are our neighbors too. As a community bank, we want to be part of the community.
Here we go. Welcome back to Rockwood. Nice shot there. We got the R lit in the middle of the field. That's a nice look. The Tigers had a nice look all night, John, with their running game. They came up with the turnovers, and you can get the turnovers but you don't always make them hurt. But, boy, did the Tigers make them hurt on the Indians tonight.
Yeah, turnovers were killer tonight, and I think Coach hit on it right there at the end of his comments. They were able to change the line of scrimmage, Rockwood. They controlled that all night long. And, Oneida showed some flashes in the passing game, was able to hit early and really even into the third quarter, had her chances right there at the goal line. Turnovers and just their presence at the line of scrimmage was the difference in this football game. And, wow, I said it a couple times during the game. A couple of these guys, especially their big running back, I am glad that they are seniors and moving on because, they are just they're just something else. And like I said, Rockwood and York should be interesting down the line.
All right, Mark, you've got some things to discuss with us. We need a First National Bank player of the game and a Trophy Masters lineman of the game. Let's start with Trophy Masters. If you can dream it, they can do it. Hats, shirts, sweatshirts this time of year.
Yes, and they've got an array of them. Yes, they
sweatpants,
do.
all that stuff. No matter if you're a high school team, a middle school team, Tony down at Trophy Masters can make it happen for you. Tony wants to honor some folks that don't get the spotlight a lot, so our lineman of the game tonight, well earned.
Yes, John Selby had a spectacular game, blocked a punt tonight. Also was good on the offensive line, on the defensive line both.
Tackle for loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Selby had a great game.
All right, First National Bank player of the game. A lot of good nominees tonight. I mean, Jarek Hewling was last week. He had another 2 big catches tonight early. Caden Rector, again, breaking into the 200s on his passing yards. I mean, these are things we haven't seen.
Right, and you could almost give it to Caden just about every week.
Sure.
He's certainly
But First National Bank player of the game.
The player of the game, Levi James, 11 tackles, tackle and a half for loss. Just had a spectacular game and returned some kickoffs, some punts.
Yeah.
Just a heck of a player. Levi James, just a sophomore.
All right, Levi James, the First National Bank player of the game. Now, we've got a week off of a game, but now Monday we'll be back for the round table. I say we. Will we be back or will it be me? We'll just wait and see. I'm getting some blank stares. So we'll find out Monday night. The El Rey Roundtable, 6 to 8 Monday. There'll be a legend of the game from the Scott High side, Huntsville side. We'll see who that is. And Coach Jason Terry is going to join us to talk about the Oneida Middle School team at that as well. So we appreciate you joining us. Great job as always being Garrett organizing this. And Greg Bond, the unseen, unsung hero back at home, keeping everything cranking. We appreciate everything he does. And then up on the roof tonight, Lucas Laxton bringing you the pictures that will be coming to you tomorrow on YouTube, Facebook, and ihsports.net. So for all those involved in the broadcast, including Mark and John, Bo Kid, this is Tim Smith saying thanks for joining us. You've been listening to and watching Oneida football on the IH Sports Network.